30% wama unalmutho umuntu olurai. Yeah, 30%. Nababanga even 20. Uthoteng ubatla uvalo wena ku public wena ubahle.
Kubambisana the crest.
Ngakhala nyengamla nalinye elinye blues nje lithi. Wena yabo but darling we are always in the house. I mean, what about coffee? I don't want to be seen with you.
I wonder why people. I wonder why. And you know what was the funny thing? They check the areas when I need to have a pair. Much don't say people's names. We've been rolling.
But I said people's names.
No, we just started like now, 2 seconds ago.
Now. Now.
Sound, yeah, like man. So talk about lecture we phone.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Sometimes I shine a tight grip.
Wow.
This is for the last time. And some phone forgot. But that time I'm tight grip with him.
Yes.
And actually, you know, I've got 2 kids. I'm tight. Yeah.
My bamba
she's a joke star. Was it cesarean? No, natural birth. In fact, I don't want to be seen with her in public. You
don't want to be seen in public with an ugly girl?
I don't want to be seen, no. But it doesn't represent, you know, the type of, you know, the branding dealer.
So what about discriminated?
I discriminated. Sometimes women, I don't know, like me, sometimes I do post, you know, sometimes on my exes, so that these others, they can see Gucci. Sometimes, you know, I get lots of DMs, and I get angry. Post no, no, I'm calling being post. And I was telling one guy, you know, women, they like to brag. Post birthday when I was post about, you know, for Mopay, that was sweet. But post the gift, they don't post the giver of the gift. Yeah, you must know,
You must know just not tag.
No. If you guys have an arrangement, no, Rasabana fail. Are posting to the road?
I know people in relationships where we were a poster. Man, you must say chola wena. It wasn't a discussion. It wasn't a what when you post.
Do you think that guy must speak to that lady?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you are faithful.
Ladies post everything.
If you are not a poster,
yeah.
Or you guys have had a discussion. I'm giving 2 things. If you are not a poster, or you guys have had a discussion with Telungang post. That's I hear. But usisi makade post abantu post my gift, thank you pay, love you pay. Ujwayela usisi wenze njalo. Mase jola wena. Wena akapost. No discussion, no post nje wena.
What must the guy say?
Post the coffee, no man.
Why? The guy must go and ask why.
Is it?
Why, bro? Why now? We are faithful. We are faithful, and a lot of guys and girls.
I don't like posting. So
if you're not a poster, sure.
I'm post. You're fun again.
I mean, in my past, I never posted girls. So it always, if you looked at my social media, it always looked like I'm single.
Keep it sad.
Keep it sad.
So I don't want to post them. So I want to gym.
Hey.
In season around, it's 6 pack. Yeah.
When we must send
when I post them, I said,
"Come send your Zoom, come send your Penson." Oh, that's a cool now. I'll think you know Zoom.
Sure.
So it gave the impression that I'm a single guy. If you're looking at my social media, and then after a while, give the impression that I'm a single dad, because there's no female, there's no thank you for the gift, there's nothing. It's just me, my kids. That's it. My DMs, and it was easier for me would say Gikange at that time.
Yeah, I was like that back in the days, you know, and then
that's how we say hang. Then Akabi history high.
No, people change. You know, I'm fat now. I get him fat too. You see, like legends.
Yeah.
You first rule by agility, skill, strength, and then later on you chow by reputation
and wisdom.
Yeah, when wisdom.
So no more guys.
And then later on to the third stage. That's the last stage of dictators. You know, the dominion of all dictators. You use brutality, force. Like all legends, even sports stars, they end by reputation, you know, in mid-term. But first it was like brilliant skill. I want to know about Mayweather, Mike Tyson. Yeah, the aura, Magafiga, you know, the Muncha shy. Later on, it moves to, he's now using reputation. You know, scare tactics. And when that stage fades, they use force. You know, they use brutality.
But going back to the posting thing, I think in today's time it's a currency.
Yes.
Yeah? So let's say 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 30, whatever it wasn't there. Now it's almost like having a business that doesn't have a social media
doesn't make sense.
Or whatever the case may be. Social media is now literally a part of our lives, and it mirrors certain aspects of our private life, and it's also about celebrating certain aspects of our private life. And if you're not a poster, you're not a poster. I'm not talking to those people, or those people that have agreed. I need to see a lot of these girls that are posting on social media, they jola ring people's husbands. Okay? So they're obviously not going to post their boyfriend who is Banbani's husband, because that's going to fuck up the whole dynamic. But we're not and you've always posted your man. Thank you to my man, my man. Oh, you put me this, put me. All of a sudden, you tapes or some post to tapes.
Oh, hide it.
Boy. Khona story ngizokutshela nje.
Just a sit war.
Khona story some personal. Wena phela mangikhuluma wena imfihlo zami ngitshela abantu la. Wena imfihlo zami ngitshela abantu. But now is situation enjalo. Umjita akapostwa. So I have this thing, just my own value system. If you're married or you've got a boyfriend, I don't know, I just don't want that energy. Né? So I stay away from when umuntu wakho manje mhlawumbe singiganga nawe umuntu wakho usuzofika. I try and not find myself in that situation. But also, none of the posts were speaking good she was in a relationship. Nothing, zero, bro, nothing. Not the smallest hint. Not ukuthi there's a dinner date, or there's a glass of wine and any beer. There's nothing like that. Even when she's drinking, she'll show videos of her and her friends, just her and her friends. Then it's her and her friends and then spans or whatever. I was like, I know.
She's still marketing herself.
No. I'm gonna go my DMs, from my DMs, Sabambi dinner. From it dinner, Puma late, good time. That's all. Oh, buena.
Awungitsheli.
Oh, yajona. Yes, anyway.
I mean, I've been consistent on that. There are times where I've broken that rule. I don't like umuntu who's got someone. Even back in the days when I was still a hardcore player, I could date 4 or 5 girls and more. But you must all belong to me.
Washa?
There's no one unomuntu wakhe outside.
No.
If he wants 5, I'm with 6. I don't want now to have unomuntu wakho, because one of the things being careful ngazo, STIs,
yes,
HIV, because now if like I'm dating a married woman, of which to start with it is wrong, I must suspect that a guy. But now I'm sleeping with you. Let's say maybe there's a condom accident. I know nowadays prep. So back in the days
there wasn't.
Because now if your husband is also sleeping with you, so now I must also trust your husband. I don't know where your husband goes.
Who's trust?
I mean, there's been a situation. You see, like back in the days, you know, nightclubs. You'll go to nightclubs. Maybe you bump into a woman. You take her home. You're shy. Condom break. I was unfortunate because it was always 8 out of 10. I always had
condom breaks.
I don't know.
Problem. What we size?
No. I'm thinking now it come on. Back in the days, our choice now we went to the Chinese sizes. But no. But no. I'm saying in general, you know. No, not less. For South African men, the condoms that they were using,
Was
you know,
small.
initially, amanye babuye China, and even Chinese, they were complaining amanye condoms abangayenzanga bona ama brand bathi no, they are too big for their market. Yeah, but I think it has to do ngokuthi I thought maybe in my head because at that time I was uncircumcised. Maybe the positioning your condom, but it will break.
Yeah.
And when it breaks, now I'm stressed because I must trust this woman. You ask her, babe, have you ever had sex with someone without a condom? No, I've never. Okay, we are pinned at number 2. Exciting about 2. You know, social straight no, I say for condom.
Yeah, sing for couple.
Yeah, I say no, don't come inside. Now I'm coming inside. I've already lost. Yeah, but no, because I don't know your status. That was the mentality. No, I don't know your status. What if you're telling me don't come inside? Round number 1, I didn't use it. Round number 2, you want a condom. You go, you know. That time I'm asking her again.
I got Khumalo. That thing still happens. I was finding some condom.
No, but I was spending my condom. I've only realized that now in my 30s.
Is it?
What's about about spending my condom?
Yeah, no.
Like I'm about spending and girls, it's almost like a lot of them are waiting to pick up on your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and if your energy is so keep your condom, then she'll be like, okay, no sharp, it go with and she'll say, and she'll throw a comment, oh, you have protection. Like she'll say it, but
all goes if you don't have it, still
like, okay, then we're not gonna do anything. We are also pissed work.
You know what said that situation? I need to look at I've never slept with someone without a condom. That time, but there's only one guy.
That time when
there's only one guy that I slept without a condom. Who is that guy? My ex-boyfriend. Why did you separate? That one was a womanizer. Now I'm dying because of this guy. Because now I don't know the status of this guy. Maybe if it's positive, it's affected this woman.
The or after?
No, I think we are still sleeping. Couple of 4 or 5. Maybe Sunday morning. We spend the whole Saturday. And all along she's been saying that, I've never had sex without a condom. And I'm checking now. Have you ever tested and all that? Maybe actually not once when I was still in school. I actually maybe was safe. But now she introduces this guy. Now, this one guy, he might be in Bayu. Manje acabanga ukuthi yabona ke manje. Khona omunye mfethu naye ngamthola. Lo mntana lo phela bekabuya Eastern Cape, just beautiful, light skinned woman. Mina ngithanda abantwana abavedi. Angizenzanga. So
yes,
we
colorist.
I'm not choice.
We colorist.
Mamela, I'm not a colorist. Yazifana nayo lento leyo ukuthi bathi self-hate.
Yeah.
Kuna lo mntana lo nginoko interviewer yi. Athi guys who like light-skinned women or the other race, they are self-hating. I love myself. That's why I want the best in all races. And if I hate myself,
so best is like
ufaki weave. The best, it's my criteria. I must make sure that I go out of my way to obtain a woman who fulfills my criteria. No manglele na ngithi doesn't. I can't. I have said it before. If you don't self-hate, go date someone who look like you. If you're a man, date another man who's Zulu. If you're Zulu. No. As guys, we face lots of things. Like this woman, she was beautiful.
Sure.
Eastern Cape.
Yeah, she had everything that I want in a woman.
Flop.
But the flop. Narula ko Peria. Back in the days, I want to meet 2000. Peria. If I meet a woman, I once met a woman, I'm staying in Peria. Then I'm asking, when other white women and other white people live in Hillpoint, Peria, when whites you do, usale behind. So now this one, she said, I asked her, are you employed? No. How do you pay for the flat? No, my ex-boyfriend pays for me. Manje yabona no, I'm no longer sure. Plus ushanga na maboots lawa, yabona la bagqoka iphumshaka la fika la. Ushanga ngale hairstyle lega lebo mathos. Ushanga nyemini yabo. So now I'm nervous. Phela mina once ngithi yabo ngiba nervous. My fear, my number one fear it's AIDS. And I believe that I'm immune. I believe, but I've got fear. I cannot rest. So lo mntana lo mfethu sazova emhlabeni.
So uthi ex yakhe is paying for
so now I'm no longer sure ukuthi man lo mntana lo ngathi uyathengisa kathengisi yabo and ngine problem one
yeah
mangithi ngiyamshaya lo mntwana Mangifaka ikondom inkazi yawo. Mangikhipha yavuka. Kuba that motion yabo.
Wangena.
Uthi hayi mthami man sunipanicha man sawtesta ngomso man. Uthi hayi sunipanicha Thami. Ayiyacabanga nami ukuthi sani ngene ngenyama. Yabona unokitime mfethu uyibeke yi. Uthi ukuthi on uthi uyifaka. Yawo. Angikhipha ikondom angiyaza ngigrandi. Yabo phezulu emasayidini emfana nje. Izinto engazenza la.
Wait, I want to ask a question. How old were you when you got circumcised?
Circumcised, I don't know, around 20, post 2010. No, last. About 2011.
Is it why did you decide to get circumcised?
I circumcised for that reason. Because mhlambe the condom breakages, they'll be lesser because I thought maybe, because remember, most girls, I don't know, uncircumcised. I think it goes back, but I wasn't sure on the mechanism. Sometimes the condom push a leg move. Because
I was watching your. I say sensible. You
I cried on that one. That one ngiyakhala. Angimtshela umntana ngiyamazi mfethu ukuthi lo mntana no-90. Ngiyama ukuthi nje yabona unabathi. Ma unayo la ile ngiyama.
Imichacha lelinhle. Kuyona
muhle na noma uvanayo. Lo mntana kumele umtshele ukuthi azini. Shh, mustn't speak. Don't talk much. Na unomlomo mfethu. Yabona sometimes you say endaweni dinner table khuluma kakhulu. And manje uyaphetha. There are some people that they mustn't talk. You know?
Yeah, they must just be eye candy.
Yeah, just be beautiful. Don't talk. Just yes, what's the mean? I mean, I'll come. You wanna move? Set it off. Now, play on with go bankers meeting. Okay, ujada uthi. Fortunately, ujada uslim. Yabo, yakhona ukadapta. Unabantwana abanjalo.
No, okay. So your decision was based on the fear ukuthi maybe if foreskin was the reason why condom were breaking.
Yes.
Or was it also coupled with, what we always hear from a health point?
Yes, and also they will also. I mean, you must know how to watch. And there was also that campaign. Remember when even King Goodwell's Weltini says, "No, I'm not sewangasoka manje KZN," because remember there was that high HIV. Rate in KZN, but no, maybe it's because the circumcision, it's not done there. And most of Maskandi artists, we lost them through HIV. Sure. Many of them. So I thought maybe it also reduces Eland.
Because that's what the studies say. That's what the studies say. Which it reduces what is by 60%. Yeah. Because again, no, if you circumcise versus uncircumcised, wasn't correct. Because think of it like this. The foreskin, once you guys are done having unprotected sex and all those fluids
in there,
so okay. So they say
the chances are high,
are way higher to collect or to get an STI or HIV. So that was the thinking or the studies say.
Because we didn't know much, but I can tell you one thing that I know, most guys won't tell you this. I lost the sensation that I had before.
You have to lose it.
Yeah, because after circumcision, sex is no longer enjoyable like before. I enjoyed it before.
Was it not because you were younger? Because you're talking about 15 years ago.
That foreskin, it covers you. And it keeps that area sensitive.
Okay.
Once that's, for me now, it's now exposed, the sensitivity for me now, it's gone.
I did some homework. So I was watching Ike on the podcast and children was talking about circumcision versus one. And I was like, okay. I got circumcised when I was a baby, so I don't know any better. So I can't compare, which is a very good thing for me. If you don't know any better than you, and you enjoy it partly. So you enjoy. So I started asking girls, bro.
If they like.
Yeah. Every girl that I asked said,
circumcised.
I can't feel the difference. Once I said, because nandi.
What they can't feel what difference?
Circumcised or not circumcised. So first you also have to add the condom factor. So for a girl, condom
but I feel it different.
No, Zwan. Let's say you are uncircumcised, I am circumcised.
Sure.
And we're having sex. Once we both put on condoms,
We're all the
Uthi
same.
nakafika
fine. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
So the girls that I spoke to, they were saying it's more the individual. This doesn't, because again, once you I would assume the skin goes backwards. Ne?
Yeah, after, yeah.
So they're fine. So I was trying to think based on what you were saying, because some people were asking on the comments that I was reading around that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe that's why women, they think, women, they normally say, zonke lezinto ziyafana, whoever that you get. But for us, it's not the same. Even women, it's not the same. Even the, the way they are positioned.
But you said something, and I can agree with what you said when you spoke about women that have had kids. Ne? Ukuthi, just because a woman has had a child doesn't mean ukuthi we isipheli.
No.
You know, and we have that assumption, especially as guys. Ukuthi, she's had 2 kids. She's what. Kono sis who have had many kids.
vice grip.
If vice grip is way worse than usisona 23.
I've met many of them. I'm a tight grip.
Emotional. Don't watch how you
picture. Yeah. Eat.
Yeah.
Come.
I've had many of them. Even Engam. That's why
I've had many of them.
Many of those, like with kids, but you ask yourself, did you have a cesarean? Where did the kids, come from?
Yeah.
Because she's tired. Ningamla, futhi ingamla lezi zinaboma 38, 40 something. Uthola umuntu wakhona mfethu is 2025. Athi, listen, I haven't had a man, since 2019. Please don't bullshit me. Yabo mawuthi tight grip. Yabo na 2, maybe na 1. Yabo.
But it's crazy because I think we have these, and I know from us as men, we put a lot of our ego and our what's based on the 4-5. But it's crazy when you actually start speaking to sisters ukuthi when it comes to le mpahla le
ndifunani
umuntu mayeshaya wazi ngani ukuthi yini elida isize relationship yini, because you can be loving your husband kodwa ushawe usikhotheni wase next door
akwenzela amasini
and then you're like, oh shit, noma wena una 30 fika umchita mhlawumbe una 55 eshayi man. Oh, you start realizing there's no real blueprint.
There isn't.
This thing I know for me. Just I think sorry.
Sure.
If I know what I don't know, maybe in my 20s, but as I grow older, in the preference we say sometimes I'll be upset by using noknyana or maybe shala go baby. And omunye thokuthi ngibone isilonda nyana nje sengithena off. Khona omunye umntwana thokuthi kulong shama long stroke.
Yeah.
Long stroke umfethu after long stroke. Mara mangifika komunye ngiflat.
Sure.
Yeah, but ngishaya 1 year nedakiwe. So these things are in our formula. So that's why even at adding your size, most women they'll say it doesn't matter. But for us guys, it matters. Even now, masabas talk about tushanga ngawuzencane. Yabo, but they say it doesn't matter. But when they, yeah, look.
By the time we born putting nine, it's too late.
But for guys,
by the time you see it, it's too late.
But like as a guy, for guys, we want size.
Sure.
Whether they can say size doesn't matter.
Sure.
For females, maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know what they feel. But for us guys, the way we describe sex, we don't describe it in terms of how women see it. Even our language is violent.
Yeah, it's aggressive. It's aggressive. So
and I think even for men as well, it's not necessarily size. It's about how the lady is moaning in the bed. About who does something.
But you still want to size it, boy.
No.
Not size it. About who to medium fit
you're feminine.
Why ultra sensation in fit?
No,
that's a fact. But we talk about two separate things. Yes, of course, we take care. Because even if you have a 4-5 finger, but the one to say, it means nothing.
Exactly.
Martina sifuna la ukuthi ngimshayile mfethu lele la akasakwazi nokuhamba umisa ama steps. You want that ukuthi ngiyamvuvuzela baba.
Umshaya engakwazi ukuphefumula.
Angakwazi ukuphefumula makathi hamba.
Akakhala. Yabona umshayile akakhala. Akakwazi ukuphefumula.
Ufred Robert mofasi.
Kodwa nje ukuthi ukubambe la. Bomb uqinisile uyabona yawe.
Mara majita no amasipeni because cherize pamfi dia fake no. ifake this
khona izinto ongakwazi ukuzifake angithi ngibuka iporn khona izinto ongakwazi ukuzifake yabona ungaphefumuli ubona amehlo khona ongakwazi ukufake khona ongakwazi now uyezwa ukuthi le kukhala kwalona
amanga
ayikho into engiyenzayo
amunye ukuthi awenza ibhare lo
lona now uyazizwa
you step down
Umuntu lokuza lokuthi yo kuyathaba ukuthi say no don't be so hard mama uthi ngiyaswima masilawo
even but
oceans kana
lo kalisa ubuthini line
all days endlini awafani umema mayipheka namhlanje upheka irice asipheka akufani nawe umema uzothi wozongipha kancane ne wena umema utsekuphi but ukhathele yabona now okay uyashaya those lazy nyana now uyamuzwa nje ukuthi uyajabula but then there's days where uyamfikela now uyakubona mawungena endlini ubona by your eyes ukuthi yes senginyanya
sangathi ubuye ejele
khona nje there's days where nje afuna next mawungena nje endlini kanje ubona nje tshela ingane okay guys everybody go sleep zakhala uyabona ukuthi yes
okay makhuluma so ngikhumbuza sesiyintwana sadlala no intwana you know these young boys you know that's why ngithi from escala thina we pick our teachers ukuthi nangu wami you know we'll be playing in the streets kunale kubo bahlala bayicosha bathi ambani nodlala ithama la khona nifuna ukushaya inkawuza baba na Saturday emini yabo Martin as kids will know ukuthi this one you know he's dead he's chawing
why
that's why hey
would you advise the young boys now from a health point because you spoke about your experience with the circumcision it lessened the sensation therefore sex became less enjoyable from us but would you suggest or recommend from a health point
I would recommend that they do go by circumciser based on you know
the studies that are
that are out there because for me I'm not a doctor I don't know much and
or rather you'd recommend that they go research.
Yeah, but if they can circumcise, you know, I mean, sensation, life is not about sensation all the time. Pelatina, we are guys. We need to build the economy. We need things. We're not depending on feelings. Why? So, no, Tina, we are guys. You know, we stay in these relationships, even if no my feelings are funny. So, sensation is one part, you know. Yeah, so I will recommend Gotiba Vibe or circumciser. You know, for us, it was, you know, difficult. Especially Makas. I mean, we come from an era where there were no ARVs. This is well about AZT in America. People died. And I remember back in the days, people they used to say, no, it's stress. It's this, so no, and no Mlotshwa. Like now, I mean, many people, you can see now, evidence is there. Many people, they become sangomas, bayaguma initiation. But most of you are I'm not a doctor. You can see the symptoms. You can say, no, this person, this person is not well. This person needs to take ARVs. You know, like now it has become fashionable. Umuntu loses pani, meaning by sangoma. You know, and it became trend. I think nama influencers, they've also popularized this thing as sangoma.
Yeah.
You know, and then everybody now wants to be a sangoma. But ethic generation, abasakufuni we by sangoma. Abo bakushile emsebenzini become a sangoma. It's one
going back to the whole HIV scare. It's so crazy if I think in my younger days as a child and what HIV was and AIDS was, and I unfortunately lost a lot of family members.
Sure.
You know, this was again during Iskatisa Sampegi where CD4 count had to get so low for him to release ARV, Yabona, or Shabala sector for beetroot type of vibes. And it's so crazy now when you think about how people view HIV AIDS today.
Yes.
Because I wonder why Sabi today, like what they did. In the year 2000.
But Nama Born Free, they didn't get intimidated in the campaign. Because every Sunday.
But you think about how many people that you knew in your life that you lost because of that. People. And I think that was the big scare. Because once you start getting to like, I've lost 5 people within 2 years to HIV/AIDS. So you become really, really scared. The whole from 2000 up until 2000 and Zoom. But we are new to the CD4 count.
But there were
from
there were women because I'm more scared of pregnancy than HIV. I once met a woman like that. I'm more scared of.
But that's now though.
Back in the days.
Even then.
Yeah, back in the days, mid early 2000, it doesn't make sense in my world. That,
it doesn't make sense.
I'm more scared of pregnancy
Than HIV.
Than HIV.
Yo.
And the reason it didn't make sense. Most people, I knew I was one of those guys then. I wouldn't handle it. Maybe you're HIV positive. Probably I would take a gun and shoot, shoot myself, I wouldn't. Maybe now I can, because it's something else.
It's different now. I think in terms of Lama disease, is like cancer,
Yeah.
But in terms of HIV, the treatment. No.
It became easier now. At least now, so I leaks you discount if you go test or you buy the kit.
50 rand.
But some people don't like it.
There's another one that you can before Tavas.
Prep.
Then you don't get the thing.
You prep.
Yo, mina Tavas abantu random. That's why ngibuzang.
No, before that we operating and there's a lot of blood, whatever. So they started in the middle, but. You have a machita who work especially, but they keep it prep. So on a big weekend, when they know it's July.
Yeah.
When they know it's July, boy.
Yeah.
I prep. I shy boy.
Yeah, for me, it's something that I haven't explored. There's a guy, he's an attorney. They were the first to use the injection, but 6 months. But how do you know it now? Or you mustn't miss that, labs. It's 6 months.
After 4 months.
But how long?
It takes 6 months.
But
the thing is that a lot of these things they might prevent you from getting HIV, but they
might bring something else.
Something else.
Because
disease now. And disease our was treated the same as a bad. So symptoms, they're just the carriers. But they're just the carriers. When I'm about to be immune weak, no matter what, ushaya ubambe. Noma ushaya ilamza.
Yeah.
Bambi happy boy. Usunyile ngelamza.
Yeah. So those circumstances.
I wonder, guys who are married. Let's say maybe ushapile muntu madala side uchitile or uhlabile muntu submit or whatever.
Sure.
Then condom ya best. Mabayo check. I need to mayo check for HIV.
Yeah.
You need to state what happened. I wonder what those guys
people
say.
lie there. They lie there.
Mawati,
have you ever had sex with somebody else, a stranger? He will say no. And what else?
If you
no, do you have to say what I did?
But if you're alone with your doctor, you can say, no, I was smashing somewhere.
Yeah,
I will still lie. I lie.
Sorry, yes, I'm a cheater.
Yeah.
But test I made is up.
No, that's bad.
Most guys don't go for HIV test.
No, I made it.
But test I got me. Craig, I should not be.
I get it. Craig. Yeah, your test. I go to right. It's a magazi. So I check.
But that's not 100%. But not you because now I'm even my first child.
I
was scared. My first child. I was scared. No, I was really scared because she would go. Sure. Mina I don't know my results. I don't know how much test ngithi bastard. Now another week. But back in the days, we have a window period. No more test. It was not instant to get the results. You have to wait. I'll be tortured for the whole week. I spent lots of days of my youth.
I remember with Dala back in Grahamstown, for so long. We literally, when we were intimate, we just used the condom. Then we had the decision with a saffron we spun the condom. It's a hammer boy, a clinic. She was so strict. And she said we have to sit together. It's a test, bro. Yo! I couldn't breathe. What's your negative? Yabo? I said, okay, no, saying it ending says I feel shy in yamin. What's for ending a child? What do you know? 3 months waiting period. So now 3 months, I get the window, what?
Yeah.
The 3 months window. Still 3 months when it's a condom boy. I got vomiting. After 3 months, I'm going to test.
Test of Yeno.
Hey, boy.
That's negative.
That's why I've got so many kids, bro. But it was back then, I was like, yes, because a lot of people don't understand that window period. It's serious, and it does. But anyway.
Yeah, but now, they say, now saying nama developments, she can be positive, maybe I go ARVs, be undetected, she doesn't transmit. There's so many things that are happening now, but no, she doesn't transmit.
But it's some condom. You guys are bringing so many variables of it. Don't say it's sponsor the condom.
What about phone condom boy?
It's
abantu abawafuni. Yeah, abona girls Girls.
Yeah.
Girls hate condoms, bro. Girls hate Me, I'll tell you now for free. Hate bayenza nje. Yabona wena ngoba usebenzisa condom usho ukuthi she doesn't back you because you look like a player or a sperb or you just look like a talala of a guy. Yabona. But if she trusts you,
or what does she know?
No, whatever the little that she's picked up. If she trusts you and you don't look like a fuckboy, you don't look like a sperb, you look like just a gent. Ngena boy.
And
yamhethe condom. Yamhethe condom.
Esifethu.
Yakhetha.
Uhetha kini.
Yini ekhethayo ngecondom? Yanghetha.
I'm getting feelings.
Yeah?
In that moment.
Boy.
Yeah, so we are unfortunate, especially our generation, because we are the first generation to use the condom. Condom. There was this advert guy, Henry Taylor, the first HIV advert. It was scary. The messaging, the messaging back in the days, it was like, if you catch HIV, you will die. You know, there was no in between. So it was scary. I mean, there were times where they had Lama advert, Lama billboard, Love Life. Yes. In fact, wrong stress. Because I knew with every weekend, someone knew. And the condom itabgile. Na machita mohleli bathi emfethini uphuza uthwala kunjani mfethi ngistresswe into zami yabo. I've tested everywhere baba. I'll test elokishini ngitest edrobheni bathi Mr. Khumalo uyabheka again yabo. Because I didn't trust. And remember, if unomuntu stable now because now I must go back in China and I must, have an excuse with no man, I'm sick, I'm not feeling well. Then I'll do those HIV tests like PCR, those days, P24 antigen. I knew all these tests. When I had 10 days window period. When I had no window period, you wait for a day, the results are, are out, then I know. I mean, I met many people. As you say, I met one lady. Natural bodybuilder, a bodybuilder who wins competition. You're riding with man for your condom in Gauzia, man, you keep your food.
I should say bodybuilder.
Yeah, and you're still with a son. I always see I'm a bodybuilder, getting Funugu's Gunjan, plus Lomtano shine a bicep. Those days I'm fit. Lomtano shine a bicep in the cheetah, Magna, I don't want to test. So, man, keep your condom in Gauzia, I'm going to sing fucking yummy. I problem. Stress shayada. We shall knock. We went to test. Atinasiva lomntana akafuna kuyovana so test. Because senenye indawo lapha eHillbrook. Dala ngabo mayili 2000 bathi SLN. Ngiyafika ngiyatesta ngiyavana uyafika uyacontinue uyajima. Hayi baba masolanda ama results I was stressed. Mina ngwalanda iqala akafuna ukuhamba nami. Yes. Ngabo 2000 yeah. Walanda wamathi negative because sabona reactive or reactive all that. Ngimfonele later athi no sengiphuma khona.
Nami negative.
Yabo, mina ngiyamfonela ngithi sana wama my result jokingly ayo my result ayabheda. Now uthi now wama ayabheda. Ngithi mfethu ngazodlala usho ukuthini manje? Athi hayi wami mfethu. Hayi bathi ayabheda ngibuye vive ngizotest yabo. Ay ngashikara baba ngagibela itaxi ngiyadajima khona. Mangifika la ngiyabona ukuthi esani lo mntana positive. I was mad and I was
and now you're negative that time.
Yeah, but now that negative doesn't count then because it's still fresh.
Time period, yeah.
There were no amumalento aboma prep naboma ARVs those days.
It's called
72 hours. Ay lo mntana lo ngithi hayi well ngizothini ngithi amaribonayo. You knew, but I blame myself because I put myself in. I tested for the whole bloody year, Baba. I did all the tests, Baba. I was traumatized. That's when I became suicidal. I had suicidal thoughts now.
Hectic.
And now it's difficult because I have to tell, the person I was with, and I must still apologize forever apologize because at that time, I exposed her, which that's the worst thing that I could do. I believe in God,
Yes.
And then most of the time, that's why I don't believe which I must take from A, give it to B. I've lived by that principle since from then, even before that. Because what would I say to God? Because I've killed someone. And there was also this element that they were trying to introduce. There was a bill. Even in my law school, they were studying if you sleep with someone, you are positive.
Knowingly.
Even if you don't know. They wanted to say, I think even today, if you don't know, you can still be held accountable. If you know that you're having sex unprotected, chances are that you know you might have it, so you might be blameworthy, so you might be accused of culpable, or intentional lying, attempt. Because a reasonable person, that's when you bring a reasonable person. You say a reasonable person who has sex without protection, he ought to know which he probably has, contracted HIV, and therefore when he sleeps with another person, he's doing harm to that person, and therefore on that basis, which a reasonable person must take precautions.
The way ebanjwe ngayo was purely because her husband's 4-5 started becoming itchy. Yabona siyaqala lento siyabona singathi une drop nyana sekuya umtshitha wathi no, he doesn't understand what's happening with itoli yakhe. Waya to a GP. As a GP no when une STI. Na gonorrhea banaria in wathi ini wathi uzongidakela. Wathi no. Wathi no ulula no ma'am. Wathi no ma'am fast test na wahamba endlini. Utshela umama wathi lalela nakho ngibuya kwa doctor uthi doctor nalokhu angazi ngithola kanjani what's happening sisi broke down and cried
antidiva
washo ukuthi no adinga ukunyonyobela boy ukunyonyobela kusho ukuthi la and usisi manje uma yo confronta lo mjita lo adinyonyoba naye lo mjita is just a carrier and he doesn't have the symptoms that her husband has, so kusho ukuthi utholile lo sisi lo mjita lona first and foremost cabanga your wife yohlatshwa umjita ngesikoni yabona it's one thing nje ukuthi bamhlamba umuntu wakho. Next thing
Nama.
And then uyayithatha le STI usuyabuya la.
What was that show? Is a busy one?
Positive. Lebo like Mazibu. There was this show back in
Intersections. She was, man. Yeah, the story was telling like it showed the whole
thing. It was something else. But there are circumstances where you find I don't know about gonorrhea and all that. Like somebody who be like fresh. You only find which maybe the condom does that, or maybe I don't know, whatever. But it's not necessarily that you went outside.
No. There's certain things I know, like with example, when they get like a yeast infection.
Yes.
There's multiple reasons as to why she's getting that yeast infection, and it's not good. But there's other STIs where it's only because of they are sexually transmitted.
I mean, I must say that lady, she helped me in a way because after that.
It changed.
Yeah, it changed my life. It changed. That's why sometimes something I changed my mind. I lost interest because I had to deal with that trauma. And if I met a woman, actually, my trust, my trust levels very low. Even when I met a woman,
that was the last bodybuilder in his entire sexual. Let's go.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, even if a woman has dated, I think I'm still like that now.
Yeah.
I'm about to date an actor, a celebrity, soccer star, DJ, Kwaito star. Because back in the days, you know what was my test?
Yeah.
Because you'd hear about a certain Kwaito star, a certain soccer star. They went to Bloemfontein. One night stand, impregnated a woman. Then my logic says, when did he test this woman? They met after a cake. Most Kwaito stars. Leo performer Rustenburg, uzumtana maybe uvela go Daily Sun. No, this guy, he impregnated me. Agafuna support umtana. How did you meet? No, it was after the show. Ngihamba naye. This guy, I got taste you went to test the soccer stars. And I believe to maybe celebrities like we have seen about Days of Our Lives, about Bold and the Beautiful, condom, that thing which it exists somewhere out there, to the poor. So that's why I'm done and they tempt a certain soccer star. And some touch, because being that fear.
So that lifestyle that they project to live.
The lifestyle.
Do you think you suffer from hypersexuality?
Hypersexuality.
Is that the word?
Like
why?
I was like that back in the days. I always wanted to test different women. I mean, I'm fighting kule generation the number it matters.
Yeah, sure.
Bring the timetable, the calendar. It's about the number, most of the
Yeah, for sure.
The ego thing.
Yes.
Thursday. What are you doing on Saturday? Saturday going out, I'm shy.
Yeah.
The following week, another one. So we that thing, the ego, yabo.
So body count was a big thing for you.
Yeah, for guys, but another thing which I'm fair to. I think shy number so, and then some kind of so a certain quality. But with time, you change a bit. You know?
It's so. One thing that I've learned.
Because we're gonna need more. This is the last tray.
When we poise the ice like I.
Bastard.
Yes, very now very more. One thing I've learned, I learned this in varsity and I learned it in my 20s. Guys aren't having that much sex. Like in fact, the average guy is having almost no sex.
I mean, I was having, because in those days I was still doing my fashion shows when I was 21, 22, and I had a car.
Yeah.
And I say scared, I ever sit bring the car, and
Yes,
it's
yes.
easy. I must rehearse. I'm trying to super, but my mitrent. So it's Thursday today or it's Friday tomorrow. Doing show. No, so I like him. It's for exciting for the some shows, boy. So it was easier. But feeling him landing a car and promising him.
But my question or my statement is rather good. One of the things when I started being sexually active in high school, I'm a cheat and it's an man.
Yeah.
So bamba I'm a cheat. And you start realizing shit, I was so gullible. Because I'm like, yes, that's what you mean I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah, we bad.
And then I started, and then I was open Roboti as cheat for Bambi number. So now Susan Bambi catch up. Only to realize later, when I was 30, it's scary virgin, but you are cool, man, almost as if, you know. And then you got to varsity, and you realize, hi man, how much 10 months by 5? You me pairing the learning garden this weekend.
I tend to be against I think, because sometimes
because
you want someone, amachita mfuna, khona singana ngqondo ziyambuza. Manje lo muntu wakho bekona enye yenza that thing evarsity ithi lo mntana lona ngimshayile bekudlala music I rock the party when you khona enye yambuza umntwana yeah nginayo mfuni yambamba manje umuntu so umntwana uthi hayi yabona manje uya embarrass now ukuthi umdala uyayipikela
asiphiki ngani
yabo
yabona ingane asithi ngane ishawo wena
yeah
Kids are somebody I see page.
But people
keep
but Penson abantu abanye balala ibehavior yabo ayifani abantu abangakalala
yabona sisters asithusa ngifuna mina wena kodwa umshayile
yeah
umshaye last year
Yeah.
as an example mhlawumbe what Christmas
yeah
ingane siyangifuna ngithi mina manje wena no Ike what mina she'll come to you and she'll look at you and she'll say we slept together. And if sufuna mina ngibona relationship ngibona into stable noma ini she will lie straight and then it's such a common thing
Basadi
usisi akuphika because we ask ukuthi no mina no Ike was just a smash it wasn't anything serious but here there's potential of something and because there's potential of something I'm not going to allow that one night stand yeah Ike ukuthi it's okuphika ngane because like it's fine you must hate me iphike life jive
nice guys we knew you know esemajiteni ukuthi amntana so bekavana usibanibani umshayile and there was no reason to lie sometimes uzakuwe ekseni emfethu usesenaye so there was no reason.
You remind me of Guy Code is still a thing ne?
Yeah and again Tina we didn't tell you know yeah like me now I'm still you know I might be loud but I'm still private about such things you know even as intwana umuntu umshayile lamntwana yabo it was a bit uncomfortable. You know, no muntu just assume. Yeah, so but I wasn't gonna say to other guys, I'm done so. And I remember as guys, maybe there's this one to you know, you smash at that one. You can talk, you know, anything. But gonna lo work. Like Tina, one thing that is good to you, you're your woman, you protect your woman.
Yeah.
You're never gonna tell the correct details about automatic booze good manje tapes are if I made the corner, why? We just cut it off from that.
Fast.
Yeah, fast. Ungalungibuza udoti ngemedial. Yeah, mara kumntana nje yabo nyashanya ndlula. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And noma ngimfona a guy must tell me ukuthi tapes manje lo mntana userious kuye. Lo mntana lo yamfethi nyavana maybe nyamshaya yabo. But there are some guys now, like one guy, I didn't appreciate that because no. There's a lady that I dated. Then sahlukana.
You and the lady.
Yes. But he asked for the number, that lady. Give him.
I
gave I gave him under the but this lady is an attorney.
Sure.
told the story.
I worked with this lady for some time. But I know with this guy has never worked with this lady. But anyway, for the benefit of doubt, the lady comes to me, why did you give this guy the number? Because now he's talking something else, relationships. I said,
why did you give the number there? Because
yeah, he said it's work related. But I suspected, but I has the benefit of doubt. Because we think you're not so behavior as As a guy, okay, this is your side chick. Even if it's my side chick, you must tell me what
if it's here's my intentions,
I'm getting the intentional. Then I'll give you a go ahead.
Yes.
You don't just go to my
say no,
you don't just go to my side chick. The next thing, now I can't trust you.
No,
Yeah,
because, no, I've got
because kunomunye umuntu mhlawumbe ngisazobuya la ngisafuna ukubuya.
The protective got a side chick.
You must tell me.
Yeah.
No. It's like if I have a phone endlini imobisel eyama ngithi.
Yes.
Ngiyabonga.
No, you must tell me ukuthi ngikutshele Tebza Muthole userious ka Muthole hayi ngumuthole mfethu hayi lona iyada then I go. But you can't just go to my side chick.
It's mine. Whatever is mine. The fact that I'm not wearing these shoes, I'm a Penson. I know you don't like these shoes. They're my shoes.
I'm really thinking about the women who are listening to this. They're like, yo, already object, inji. But pass it down.
I'd never say. I don't respect that word side chick. Because ukumbuti lo sisi lona. Back in the day, ayikho leyo nto. Mina ngikhuluma umuntu wakho. Umuntu wakho. Yes, khona mhlawumbe ushadile, but lo umuntu wakho, your heart is also here.
Sure.
Yabona. So manje mawuthi side you belittling her role. And a lot of these ladies, yibona laba abamisa umuzi or bamisa family.
Side chicks.
So mina ngizovela ngithi
side chicks what?
Yeah, side chick is not a nice term. But
side chick is not a nice term.
Yeah, term esebenziswayo manje.
A lot of side chicks
might be a Zulu thing.
What's this?
Generally, Zulu men don't believe in side chicks.
I mean, I hate that because ngempela
What do they call them?
No, amachita mina ngikhuleka ukuthi nje uneyintombi.
Yeah, mina
ukuthi uzoshela intombi yami kanjani? Doesn't make sense. I think as you travel to the cities, there's this concept of a side chick or is kaftin that you see now and then.
Yeah.
Where I come from KwaZulu, mfethu intombi yami. Ukuthi ngishadile kodwa nale intombi yami.
But you do separate or kinyetsi and ikinali motho matala side, which you call intombi. Is that what you're saying?
What's a nyetsi?
Gerard, I'm saying you are married.
Okay.
So I'm saying you can
So
what you're saying you distinguish that
saying
I'm married and I got someone else.
For a lot of Zulu men, the difference between my wife and intombi yami ukuthi angakamloboli.
Oh, it's because
of the rife that side
potential,
yeah.
But
So
inekasi kuyaliyo, but
mhlambe makasi and those things. And in the city.
Ushadile mos, umfunana umntana lo.
No, for me it's so disrespectful because again I've seen many spaces
What's
where
disrespectful the word? Side chick.
When you say side chick to umuntu wami that I love, mhlambe nginencosi naye.
So you love your side chick and you love your wife.
How? You can have 4 kids and love them. Yes, when you're talking about umpepeni, maybe that's how you understand the term side chick, a person that you smash and then you duck and there's no emotion. Yeah. Maybe that's how you see. I'm seeing it as like my kids. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ingane zami and ngiyazithanda zoyi4. Yabona, so give me, you're not going to dictate ukuthi hayi you can't. No, I can love all 4.
Ingane ngaphandle.
Ngiyamthanda.
Yabona, so give me the same thing nalo sisi lona ukuthi naye ngiyamthanda umuntu wami. Umuntu not ukuthi umuntu engibheba mangiqanyelwe. No, umuntu wami mhlawumbe ngikhokha nerent. Yabona, mhlawumbe furniture yimina, mhlawumbe imoto idrive, mhlawumbe drive imoto yami. Yabona, because umuntu wami.
What if Shekati, Penson, I can see me and you are here, but now I met someone else and he's serious, he wants to marry me.
Yeah. No, kushuthi akuyona intombi yami le. So I feel like those baby situations, that girl would have the audacity to say that. But thina esikhule kuthiwa uneyintombi, zonke intombi zazi ukuthi umuntu wami qondile. So they break up with you the same way that any girl, even if you had one girl.
Yes.
Yeah, but even if you had one girl, whatever the way. So she doesn't see herself. You see what you said earlier?
No,
you said this earlier. But you said this earlier. You said when women say to another woman, yeah, but now I'm a woman like you are a woman, and I can wait. And now I'm sharing up
Yeah.
you know. And once women get to that point, ngisho by 5.
It's fine.
It's fine. Wham, lo muntu. And you're like, yeah, ngimbona once every what.
And
But
women are getting to that stage now.
Which stage?
Women
Which stage?
of sharing.
No.
It has always been there.
It has always been there.
bro.
Women, doesn't matter how valued they are.
Let me say,
Women don't mind sharing. The problem, Faith, is that society makes certain things seem weird.
Yeah, they don't.
Yabo homosexuality.
Yeah.
If lento kusherisha amadoda became mainstream and there were movements, side chick association for women would come out, oh, nami yazi ngangisherisha back in the day. I was in the closet. They all come out
But
of
I'm
the
saying
closet.
it's terms like side chick versus a term like,
No,
let's
those are
say,
degrading.
sister wife.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
But
No, I'm saying
Mlotshwa.
there's importance in language, bro.
Yeah, the
I
language.
don't think so.
No, you might not think so, but I'm saying there's women out there that don't want to fall under the umbrella side chick.
Yes.
That just
You wanna fall under what?
That's the fun and
Yes, they want to say what you know.
Umuntu athi ngitshele.
Mina noSibongile,
It's like baby mama. It's also deemed as derogatory, but it's a thing.
Yeah. Hey, they hate that thing. That
And
thing.
I know,
Baby mama,
to coming back to you,
Sure.
Moti, women, they're starting now. Back in the days, even the wedding songs, they will be celebrate kuthi wangithatha wasikhumbuzo ungikhethe kwabaningi wangenza umuntu yabo you chosen me amongst many. It was those things that celebrate. It's only now, democracy, with all these concepts, about independent feminism, people, sekufaka ama-rights. But women like they don't mind. They even say it now, They don't mind.
I've always known women to be open to sharing a man as long as memthanda lo mchita loyo. It's now with these terms and a lot of us fucking weak ass men hiding the shit where now it's frowned upon way worse than me. But it was like, okay, you understand? Okay, kono mama endlini and mina ngikhona nami.
So that means the issue is the men. The
issue
men,
is-
like what you're saying right
Yeah,
now.
the
Which
issue is-
umchita didn't say from the get-go. Sisi, nakdali should say 2, 3. If you wanna come in, just know these ones exist.
No, that goes without saying. I'm saying the issue is now society.
But what I'm
has
saying is don't
deemed-
blame women.
No, I don't blame women.
Yes, I'm saying, sure.
women have always been, if she likes a guy, whether the guy's in a relationship with 2 other women,
Yeah, if she
whether
likes
the guy, if she likes the guy,
if a woman likes
happy.
you.
It's happy.
I've disclosed. Someone will come to me and say, Ike, how many are we? Are we 4, 5?
I think it's based on the level of commitment the lady has with you. I hear what you guys are saying.
She will commit everything. Yeah, but if there's one thing, that's why
What's
women,
a woman loves?
that's why women struggle to have multiple boyfriends. She can get fucked by different guys, but she'll struggle to have multiple boyfriends or multiple emotional connections. Sure. So if a woman is jollering you, and me saying I'm shy on the side, ne? So she can cheat. Everybody can cheat. If she starts getting an emotional connection to me, shift. Whereas when I'm cheater,
We can balance.
when I have shift.
Mlotshwa wanted to say something. I cut you. You wanted to say something. Sorry.
No, it's okay, man. I just wanted to ask, for those of us with daughters, if you'd be fine with your daughter sharing a man,
Hey, now
number one, and number two, sharing a man versus becoming a lesbian. Which one is better for your daughter?
Can I chat as the guy who doesn't have any daughters?
Well, you've got nieces, so
I've got nieces.
Ucheta.
Sivelele kumatshela eyes.
Uchetani.
I've got nieces.
Awunangwanyana.
I've got nieces.
Your level of connection, your niece,
I've
your
got
daughter, this one.
I've got nieces.
Buwa nisi. Niece.
I don't have much issues.
Yeah.
Even if she becomes a lesbian, I wouldn't have much issues. A choice here. And besides, if my daughter can have a kid, whether it's a boy or a child, I love the kid, because it's mine. But in terms of bloodline, I wouldn't attach so much because I know it's a bloodline. In your surname, so mangabe maybe ushade nomkwena or enze incosi nomkwena sokwaba umkwena, so I wouldn't mind. Unlike a boy child, if I have a boy child, you gotta be straight, man.
Utibucho's daughters are gonna carry the family name.
Mlotshwa. Hey, Mlotshwa. Hey.
So he doesn't have that thing that you have of saying, my daughter's children will carry another name. Yeah, now his grandchildren are gonna carry his name.
Who's carrying?
Yabo lento eshoyo kumfana.
Umfana.
Ukuthi umfana uzongizalela angandisele.
I mean, it's important.
Utebza his daughters.
It doesn't matter.
I'm
saying Utebza, and it's not just the boys. The daughters as well as on the sumus.
You know, I'll say this. There's another guy I know. Uzoyibona le ngithi other guys. No, I asked him, listen, from your father, you are the last boy, the only boy. You go marry someone. This person doesn't want to have kids anymore. Not free from the previous marriage.
Never.
Or 4.
Udlamini.
Wena uyafika la uyangena ngithi what about your legacy?
Never.
Itime lakho bro. Mlizothini mhlambe you meet up with your dad ngale on the other side wathi ukuthi mfana kithi. You know ukuthi you were the last Mlotshwa.
You might as well have paid for pirates.
You were the last Mlotshwa. And the women don't understand. Umuntu adopter. And ngithi boy.
Mntwana hayi.
Okay, violence ngaphandle ke madala side. Bazambona ngefuneral makavumbuka uzotshala abantu ukuthi unomntwana le. Yabo. But you can't, I can't. Yabo. I'm the last Khumalo. Manga on the other side. Ngihlangana nabo ngimele so bathi mfethu. Do you know ukuthi mfethu ku bloodline yethu you are the last one.
Because if I had the same mindset uba ukho.
Yeah, bese mina ngithi hayi yazini uNomsa yangibathi hayi asibuza uNomsa asibuza wena uNomsa unayo une bloodline.
Yeah, unezinto zakhe.
Le uyadoptile bathi hayi asimazi lo. So that is my fear. That's why most people don't understand. You'll find abantu ukuthi umuntu wakho uThayaz aba nabo 67 ngamane ngayizwa inyuku ngaya le ePhilippines. Yabo ngayo by passport futhi lapha yabo maPhilippines bathi uyafika lapha ya noma una 64 yamtshela umntwana una 18 manje marry me ngikhipha nje ama cent nje ngifaka lapha ngithi in South Africa I'm a Gupta. Ngithi I'm the Gupta of South Africa. Ngimbonisa idladla lakho ngithi this is my house. Sivaye ngenza show yabo Benny Makati ngilahlela lapha siyabonga nomvete. Kodwa mase saka spot. Phela ngithi kumele ushaya ngespeed nje abe spot uma lapha I got you. Yabo. Angafundi kakhulu noma fika ngayini ngimenzisa lama secretarial course because mase baba independent bayahlupha. Angafundi nje kakhulu nje. No mase mase educated. Haven't you seen the factor? He also with security. He pays for this chick, escala. We've seen many of them. Paying. Umntwana uthola degree. Mina I've seen them. Athandi samenzani kaloku. Naye makapi standard. Yabo. And wena sakhuluma uma ukuthi man etexini bengihlushwa igearbox. Lo mntwana sokudoctor. Wenza iPhD wena bolo kumfundisa. Ama friends wakhe afika lapha but when I was in Harvard, isitori sakhe asekho. So
don't ever empower your woman beyond yourself is the lesson.
The more women, let me tell you
or
this.
don't empower beyond a certain level.
I cannot empower her beyond, as I'll be out of reach. Women are horrible people. They are not good people. In general, women, once they are at an advantage, you give them leverage. Or once you love them.
You know when you make those statements.
No. When Usabi cancel.
You don't agree, Tebza?
I agree. I fully agree.
No.
Women are not nice
horrible
people.
Person. Once they've got power.
Yeah.
Women want. Just that I don't want to talk about this, but I'll tell you this.
I always want to counter that. That's my thing about men as well.
And once they know good, you love them. Look at how many times Samson has been betrayed. But I'm telling you.
No, forget Samson. Eve. Who else heard the snake? Who else in the garden? Who else heard the snake?
It's a Kalila Empire.
There's Eve alone that heard the snake.
You know what? I was waiting for you.
We're in this situation because of Eve, in fact. I want to Eve.
What's this fucking face around the shot?
You know, one of the few questions I want to ask God, why did you let the Mlotshwa shine the apple, in fact?
I don't blame you, Adam. Adam authority.
Adam wasn't there. That's why he didn't hear. No one heard the snake. Only if.
Give
Imagine your man
blaming that
Imagine your
story.
man coming back and say, "Uboni nyoka, yathi nyoka is 1, 2, 3." Uthona, nyoka. I see vai.
If
Ithe, hayi nyoka khulume nami.
if ubulayile mfethu.
Inyoka khulume nawe.
Barisha apule.
It's a family affair.
Let's go back to the.
Sorry, the question. Wait, can I
Let's
answer
go
your
back to
question?
the daughters sharing.
So for me, just to answer that question, I'd prefer her sharing versus being a lesbian. Ne? And this is not me saying, what if my daughter became a lesbian, I'd now hate her, I'd love her. The reason why I'm saying I prefer the sharing is because there's still a opportunity to have a grandchild.
That's the only reason.
No, from the preference point.
No, but I'm saying is the grandchild the only reason.
That I'd prefer this. Yeah.
Also, she can be
Over.
lesbian and have kids.
No,
You just want grandkids.
No. If the grandkids ne are zoba negazi lam somewhere, angithi uzofika ubhuti or bathole spam, because sometimes you can have kids and she's adopted, or sometimes she has kids and her partner was the one that fell pregnant. If she's gonna say, "I'm going to fall pregnant," yabo.
So you don't prefer sharing or lesbian as long as you get grandkids.
Yeah, no, but I need in that case, the assumption is that in the sharing space, I might get grandkids versus the lesbian. I need to be just talking stereotypical.
You don't have an issue with your daughter sharing a man.
No, I have no issue with my daughter sharing a man. Okay. In fact, I would motivate ukuthi yabona lana girl lalela. Singathi ungaqinisa kakhulu. Kudluze le.
Okay.
And focus.
Mina,
I'll tell every woman that's watching this, because a lot of single women tell me ukuthi there's no more good men out there.
you're lying.
That one. No, that's fine. Let's say they say that. And the good men are taken. That's what they'll say. Sisi obuka lento. This is your life. You are the hero of your movie. We're starring wena in your life called Nomfundo or Palace or whatever. Go snatch your man. Hamba sisi umbona ukuthi ngiyamthanda uIke sharp utrowile noma ini. Umtshele still ukuthi ngiyamthanda. Ngiyamthanda umtholo uIke umbamba umtholo and then ube happy.
So you don't have a problem when a woman initiates. Make the first move.
As long
And
as
you don't mind cheating.
Uba, I'm not saying cheating. I didn't use the word cheating.
No,
Yeah,
you're saying
no.
the daughter must go to someone that own a moon. Dang it.
No, I didn't say, no, I said Guti, verse living. Again, you're having a conversation. I'm not saying Guti go and open your quads for another guy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying go fetch your happiness. Because you don't want to be on the sidelines of life. Watching, oh, ngumlindi lo ayikuzoba single ni. And then
Why made a good loser? Why must she be a homewrecker?
no,
Why can't you say let's be together?
Ideally, I want my daughters to be as selfish as possible and to take all the resource for themselves and then my grandkids for them. In a
Why
selfish
can't women
way.
just get along? Your daughter can just. Ayocela kahle nje kumamkhulu.
They could. I just don't want them to have, for example, that power dynamic of Mamkulu and maybe feel less than.
Yeah, but you're promoting home wrecking and women bashing each other for your daughter.
I'm promoting.
Sharing is meant to be a healthy thing, not necessarily going to destroy another woman's.
I'm promoting fetching your happiness. If fetching your happiness is you, Siswamube lesbian, fetch your happiness.
Yeah, I mean,
if fetching your happiness is you sharing a guy within the five of you guys,
the second
fetch
prize,
it.
I wouldn't mind that. Even if maybe lesbian, even if she can't get a man of her own, if ever
sure.
polygamous,
Yeah,
as long as a grand up and abuse. The one thing that I would not agree to, good thing is what thing hey, by abuse and all that. That will, you know.
How would you react hearing that your daughter is Shawe boyfriend?
Is shining
In Pang.
Aye, that's when I step in.
Uthini?
I step in. Ngizoyishaya le bar.
Akubona mama.
Ngizoyishaya le bar. Ngizoyitshela mfethu angaze ngashaya incosi yami. Yabo.
When we don't ngempama.
Ngizoyishaya baba. Mangabe yangihlula maybe sengigugile ayikhona intshiza.
Uzothikho ngimshaya ngoba ukazi umshaya.
Okay, now ngizokushaya. No problem.
Ngizobashaya bonke ke.
Phela nawe ngizokushaya ngoba phela ayithi uhlulekile la enganeni yakho.
Yazothi yabona mangishaya. Angithi ngeke ngishiye indodakazi yakho. Ngeke ngishiye. That's one thing. When ngishaya ngikhala. Mangifika endlini.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it. You can try.
Awuzabafuna iparabhele edolweni.
No, you can try.
Awuzohamba iqhuka ke.
Kumseka amarete kumfake phepha. Ubona amarete kumseka kantu.
There are many ways. bakhona abanye Mlotshwa
akabona
lapha
mali.
eDeep Blue nice fellow style ngithi bafethu ake
manyana.
ningisize yazi nginenkinga
Hayi makancane.
khona enye intwana nje
Unless I know that
now
my-
5000 nje ningambulali nje ngikhulume naye mfana ngixoxe naye
Unless
angazazi nje
unless I know that my daughter naye unesandla, that's a different conversation.
What do you mean by that?
Ukuthi nami incosi yami ngiyazi ukuthi
So you adding the
Unesandla
variable.
kweshana.
So you
But
adding the
you cannot
variable.
compare a woman beating up a man.
No, I'm
you know,
saying-
it's like this type of man.
That's what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying is that I wouldn't go if I know incosi yami umuntu soft, umuntu grand.
Yes.
I got cheat. I'm with you there. I can go extreme on the guy.
Yes.
But if I know ukuthi incosi yami
Is a bully.
in the family just nenkinga naye nje ukuthi
Uyashaya.
ibhuli uyashaya.
But
How I would
Tebza,
react would be different.
You know,
mhlawumbe uyadelela kuphela akashayi.
No,
but-
I've learned to with my daughter, with whoever female, is to tread carefully because it's still us. And one of the things that I'm very pumasile mindset is storing asas. So in the past, mhlawumbe umjida wami uyabuya futhi mhlawumbe umjida wami amdonse ngempama somewhere. Senje carry speech angisas. And that's happened so many times.
Wena boyoshaya umuntu lapha ya.
Yabona.
Awudawe bella. Wami nje bashapa media kadi back shot. You were going there to go and fight, remember?
Story angithi angisas.
Yeah.
So before ngangis-carry speech. Jida wami amshaya ngempama. Shawubani? Sam. Yabona. Then it only comes out ukuthi umjida okushaya ngempama was the husband to the woman that you were dabbling on his marital bed in front of, and then wakubamba waphuma ngewindow. I was like, hey chief,
Yeah, that one is
unenhlanhla uthola impama. You actually deserved impama. Yabona. So what Tebza is saying ukuthi, or Lungan is also saying ukuthi, if my daughter is aggressive,
when you promoting ukuthi Barry methola imeli yayo ishawa yenye Barry imeli ishaye. Why can't you walk away? Why can't you walk away?
That's fine. Why? That's fine. I'm saying Tebza said, he didn't say ukuthi he will go and beat up. He said his reaction will be different.
Yes. It'll be different.
That's all he said. He
But
didn't say
I'm
ukuthi-
saying good Tebza. What I'm saying is that it's not equal. Like I've had some prominent guys, even in the media space. The woman goes, ovula a case, assault. And the husband comes. He says, she assaulted me first. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds?
Yeah, but what does the law say?
No, but that's ridiculous. A
what does the
woman
law
beating
say?
you, I mean, you know what
That's fine.
it's like,
That's
I mean,
what-
she's massaging you. She cannot inflict that harm unless maybe she's got a weapon, a gun.
Sure. But I'm saying, Uti,
Which we're fighting.
We're talking about a
come
woman.
on.
But hear me out. Because women attack you in different ways. Ne? Women are very good to attack you verbally and emotionally.
Walk away.
Sometimes you can't.
It's tough.
Sometimes you can't because we've heard so many
Yeah, I think
stories
it's tough.
where usisi goes, the tatis key as a front door, tatis fucking like pocket. The fuck you gonna do? Huh?
flabber
You're a
story.
coward. You're a
The
coward
flabber
walking
story,
away.
yeah.
And mese yaqala ke sekushanga lamagama la
I-4-5 yakho
wamtshela ungekho
I mean, I've
right.
heard it all. Including ukuthi mfethu ikari ihamba ngo-120 freeway umuntu adonsa steering. Ngathi ku-freeway evanga 120 baba. Adonsa steering imoto yami so.
Okay, so buka. So
But that is you. That is you.
Wait. And then I hear Guti, angithi zingi time. She uhamba ngo-120 freeway, udonsa steering, and when as a result of leyo panic umdonsa ngebackhand yempama. Ne? Because of the danger that you're in, uyibalance uyikhona, what the hell, don't do that. Mase ngiyasizwa story later ithi intombi yami ithi ingane yami, yo my man is abusive or what.
There's a justification.
I'm not justifying the physical abuse. I'm saying Uti, my reaction it won't
be the same, yeah.
It won't be the same. You guys are going on the highway at high speeds. Next thing you put your lives in danger. Then I'd sit you guys both down and say the behavior here is toxic. This is a horrible, horrible dynamic because when you nearly killed the both of you, when you are physically abusive, what now needs to happen? But it can't be a blanket statement, knowing Guti Inganyam has my temperament.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Because if my daughter had my temperament, ngiyaz bazomtrap.
No, Marikiba.
Tabawoni, uyakwenza, uyachikana. If my daughters ever had my temperament, ngiyaz ukuthi it's only unless they date like some.
But you know what's a nice part about life?
Sure.
If your daughter has your temperament, I don't know, in nature, they normally choose the softer one.
That nature thing is done.
You find omunye like loud, omunye is a nerd. Normally, it's never. I mean, how often is it like where you find the father aggressive, no matter aggressive? That will be a horror house for the kids. Eh? The kids wouldn't know where to turn to.
But what tends to happen is if they don't pick a weak guy, they pick a super strong guy. balanda last number of an alpha.
But no, when they do that, then they soften up.
Yes, then they soften up.
Yeah, then even for the kids must know, which as in, if I want this, I must talk to the mom. The mom at least will understand. The dad, mama to tell ubaba understand. It can't be like both.
We like those lesbian chicks, what?
Yes.
Compliment. It was one more. Born in the lesbian.
The femininity.
Very. Thank you.
So someone. But before you continue, Mlotshwa, this thing's gonna mean more when you're here. Please, can you come do it, my brother? Please, in front.
I can use my voice, but ngicela uveze mfethu, give a shout out to Sabelo Dlamini.
Yeah.
Sabelo Dlamini.
Sabelo Dlamini or shapeti di ribitsa ntho tsa
Coaster.
Yeah.
Coaster. Or shapeti tse 5 mfethu.
Hola.
Yeah, what buys? He does different things. Only tray, so I'm just saying shout out to
it's terrible.
Yeah. So shout out.
Malin, how do we get a hold of him?
I'm gonna zokushanya number. He gave gift.
We'll put it in the description and in the comments.
Yeah.
But it's an engraved coaster on wood, and I spoke to him personally. He even covered it so that it could be waterproof with some protective element. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pedro.
I want to support because as long as what's being not a coaster.
I didn't know. But you know the coaster. You know it's here in the coaster. It's gas as yes, daddy. That's the fun and
yeah, it's actually
no coaster. Yes, fun and it's a colored family, like, you know.
Sure.
Every story that I can.
No, you know why I'm saying context. No, I'm saying in context because
what his name of the company is Make Wooden Coasters. That's the name of the company. Peter Marisbeck KZN. Yeah, Stella Works. So yeah, I'm gonna put the number 066-236-1649. So for your number, okay, in the description. Thank you, Jam. About your yellow-born people.
No, they were asking me because remember, as darkies, as darkies we grow differently from other nationalities. Sure. Like for example, Mabati Ike, what's your favorite dish? Tina favorite dish, good lasagna. I describe good ipapa ne cabbage.
Yeah.
So Mabati, your favorite dish, it confuses me because the favorite dish has a restaurant.
Yeah.
So Mabati, what's your favorite? So it has become a culture. My favorite buy something else. I mean, again, you know,
I'm a sweets.
I'm a sweets.
No, man. The mix and what it has lots of layers in it. Truffle, almost a trampoline.
It's cool and you don't get over my sweets, boy.
Truffle.
I want to Christmas. Mustn't go to good. There are certain
cultures that, you know, why I put in a race and tribe, because I've dated women,
sure,
white and colored. And me, as a guy, I grew up in a certain way. Like say,
sure.
I don't know, why don't you sleep over? I can't sleep and I've been to a situation where it's maybe other races. The boyfriend on the other room, uhleli daughter. You understand? And we always fought for this. Baby, listen, your son is here. I can't sleep with you.
Like think of your 16-year-old mind. In your mind, you're 16. Your sister, who's 19, has a boyfriend in the other room. Bamshaya. Your mom, boyfriend, Bamshaya.
But in other cultures, it's not a problem. But to darkies, I know that, you know, your child. I mean, I've had situations.
Sure.
You know what? My daughter, she's fighting me. She wants her boyfriend to come and sleep over.
Yeah.
Because the son now, you know, later he made
the white people that I know, they very much open to those type of things.
It's still going to be a while till your kids are old. You might change.
I might change. I might
You
change.
should tabs and Jobiti are never, because I can tell you 10, 20 years
I will
ago.
tell you Robo like kill it.
If I asked you guys about gays and lesbians 10, 20 years ago, I think the answer would have been slightly different.
Lesbian, my
sure.
answer will stay the same.
When would you be in your house? Your daughter brings a boyfriend, they sleep over.
Not even my daughter, my son.
Never.
It's only at a certain age. Once you got to this scale, then I can entertain you bringing partners to my place. Mina ngeke intwana yami ifuna grade 11 izohlabela kwami.
Ngamsinya amarede.
And intwana yami ngithi sithanda intwana yami usiyakhala kwami. Once usuqedile usiyabona usiyahlanganisa impilo yakho yabona, but now if ube ne decorum Bawubona na ukuthi usha kanjani, but lento ukuthi nje
what if uyababamba bebayifihlile, are you gonna go there and disturb us ushana awuboni?
No, ngishaka phela ngishaka
Ngitshani nekumlayo.
ngishaka ngiboni. But once baqeda ayitana ngishaka WhatsApp ngithi ntwana ngizokuthi ngidlalela futhi. Ngiyazi wenzeni. Bela nje
nibona. Shout out to
TP Maponya.
Yeah, what does she do?
TP, is it a she? I don't know who it is.
Okay, sure.
You think it's a she?
I think so, but it's fine.
I thought it was a gent, but whoever TP Maponya is in the comments, they said something along the lines of, you guys must stop just eating chips and stuff and eat healthy.
Yeah.
And I said, if you send money, we will buy healthy foods. And they literally sent $70 as a super thanks. Today I bought bananas and apples.
Yeah.
I'll see what healthy things I'll buy next week. But to TP Maponya,
TP Maponya,
this is literal influencing in real time.
It is.
Like say, you guys will eat this now in you. Unhlanhla Zulu.
So
the boy on the train.
Yeah.
The boy on the train in Cape Town also gave us super thanks, and I just want to give him a shout out. Every single week, I think he's become a mini celebrity in the comments.
Yeah.
Every Friday morning, catching a train in Cape Town.
Yeah, this is a nice
Watches
show.
AMAGENTS.
People watch this show, and I go to
the fruits.
Shout out to TP Maponya. Thank you so much. And to everyone who watches, man, even if you didn't contribute to anything, for the fact that you guys are watching us and you actually have well wishes for Amachita. Thank you.
I think what we also need to open up as well is young up and coming business. I think this is what we saw from Khumalo, DJ Sbu. Bring your products. We'll push them. Sorry. We'll push them. Kampush ayikipa, nomu wenza makota. Let's makota, boy. Let's makota siswami.
Something sidle.
Sidle la makota.
Shout out.
There was a chef, Debza, that sent us an email who wanted to provide us with catering.
Yeah.
And I apologize. I just forget the name. I know it's in my emails or my messages, but it's because Siba busy. But hopefully they'll keep reminding us. I think that's also part of the lesson. If you don't get a response, keep following up, and then hopefully at some point you'll come through. But not Siba busy. It's not out of disrespect.
There's kids that are good by DJ. They make music. Poster. Send me your music. Let me play it. Let me push
in the
you.
beginning
Let me
of the show, ne?
Not just come on come so poster lento le. You know, get a couple of thousand people that are gonna cover you. Yeah, one. Let me long poster but like move.
When I'm a poster. Hey, no, not little 2 year celebrities. Hey, thank you. Go on, so
guy.
What? So listen,
Is he blushing?
No. But in this room, there's 3 celebrities.
Man,
two Mlotshwas.
let me tell you, man, I'm in my nature.
No, Caesar do, man. No, Caesar do. Every place I go.
Also,
this is why I said I was nervous when you were coming on today.
Man, I like
every place people are asking about.
Let me tell you.
I
mean, it's uncomfortable because I'm
used to it.
I'm not used to being liked.
In the 80s,
man, I operate. No. Beside that, I operate better when people. Because I know that those who love me, it's real. You know? But and especially I know even my black women, my black sisters, some they hate me with passion. And even those who love me, they become afraid to love. They start hating now because they're scared. They're scared. They're even those who love. They're scared of my haters. Sure. But I'm comfortable in that because when I'm loved, of which I appreciate wherever I go in the street, but it becomes like, I can't do wrong now. What, unlike, if I'm just being me, I'm a bad boy. You know, I can be whatever.
You want, sure.
Yeah, you see, like I don't know whether the example will match. Lega Kaka, where
his wife and
the wife said, no, this guy is too
nice.
I would feel now, I mean, he's in good position. I'm now supposed to be.
His wife divorced him because he was too nice.
Oh.
Yeah, Mina,
Uyamazi uKaka, he's a Brazilian soccer legend.
No, I'm saying I'm not pretending like I know. I don't know.
Uyamazi uKaka?
No.
Sure, he's a Brazilian soccer legend.
What happened?
that's when I was.
Bazokutshela amajita, but I just
When I
want
was
to know.
Apparently his wife divorced him because he's too amazing.
Was you CR? No, but this debate, there's nothing irritating me like this debate. Your coat. Who's the coat? Who's sock?
CR or Messi? Is that where you're going?
For me, CR and Messi don't even exist.
Yeah, it's a generational thing.
For me, to even across generation, especially if you're black. For me, if you're black, it's even worse. You cannot tell me CR, you cannot tell me Messi, because I'll tell you why.
You're gonna say Pele?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Europeans, they always elevate one of their own.
Sure.
It's like Americans and the British. If there's a Michael Jackson, they'll try to create their own. Even boxing, there was a boxer called Jack Johnson. They wanted a white hope to kill the Jack Johnson legacy. And soccer, it has always been that. Now boxing, the white hope. You know, big Nabole Hopes, Abu Muhammad Ali, Nabo Jack Dempsey and all that. So there's politics there. And like in Brazil, there was a time, but who's the best between Pele and Maradona? In Brazil, they say that debate does not exist. The comparison is between Pele and Chazino. So for me now, I say Upele, like Donald Trump was asked, which was the greatest. Donald Trump said, I went to see this young man called Pele. And Upele, you cannot compare Upele no Messi based on this. Upele, across the continent, he liberated us. He's one of our first superstars after Jack Johnson, whether Michael Jackson, Abu Muhammad Ali. These are guys, Mabati black people cannot achieve anything. We said, there's Pele the Great. He has 3 World Cups. You cannot compare that. The young man, Ama2K, number 0.3, they will say Pele never played in Europe. There was no need for him to play in Europe.
Yeah, he was bigger than
Other than that, he was bad. The president of Brazil said, no, he cannot move. He's a national asset. They declared him a national asset, which he cannot go. Juventus wanted him. The owner of Juventus owned Fiat. They said, we'll give you shares, even if it's half. Come and play for Juventus. Remember, in the 70s and 60s, the standard of Europe football was very low. Europe was devastated by 2 wars. So most players, they went to United States. Now, England, the Benning Yakemaipela, he went to United States. I mean, you cannot compare which it doesn't have a Ballon d'Or. What was a Ballon d'Or then? Even when Real Madrid started to win all these UEFAs, some countries were not participating because they were saying, we are Italian, we know we can't go to France. These are our enemies. So they won those. So that's why I'm saying, Upele for me now. This is the guy when they activated the yellow card, the red card for Upele because he didn't want to play. He said, they're tackling me from behind. They say, no, it's fine. In the 1970 World Cup, we'll enforce the yellow card. And the red card. They brought him. That's a superstar that we know. So when you compare your CR,
that's
Messi,
exactly the answer.
that's why I was wishing
I don't like people that add and they can't articulate.
That's exactly what
they can't. Because even let's say we talk about basketball and you don't know Michael Jordan. Because I ask you to Ambuga for him to be your coach. Where did you watch him?
I mean, I don't watch that.
Or whatever the case is. Like if you didn't watch or you don't know the context that Upra Ike is saying, Gima, I can't take your
opinion. Serious, no?
Yeah, you can have one. Yeah, but it's like an asshole. Everybody's got one. So like sharp. It's cool.
I mean, at 17, this guy wins a World Cup. He wins 3 World Cups.
Yes.
And he could have been more. That's why I also have an issue with Ronaldinho. Actually, I view Ronaldinho more skillful than Messi. Because he moved and he is one of the best jugglers. Nabo Tinelson. But the problem, Zinedine, he has a black problem. Zinedine has a Jabupule problem.
Okay.
Has a Junior Kanye problem. South African players, Dakis, they want to play. When they are older now, I mean, Jabupule came when he was older, Junior Kanye. When it was time to play, when they were in their 20s, they abscond, they ran away. Ronaldinho had the same problem. They chased him with Barcelona. I mean, he went to play in Italy. He had a contract that says 2 days off during the week, whether Wednesday or Thursday, so that I can go party. Came back at some point, married to 2 women. He didn't want to play. Even Brazil, they said, no, this guy is a drunkard. Now he wants to play. His peers, Abu Terry Henry, Abu Zidane, they'll be in a function wearing suits. You know, take a polar man to faggy track suit. in his 40-something, you know, that's a black problem, it's now, you know, of which it upset me because that's a player, I mean, I even use rater below Upeli. He could have been having 2 World Cups. You know,
Is your problem that he's continuing to play, or the fact that at his prime
he plays informally now? Now he wants to play.
Yes, but
when it was time to play, he didn't play.
So, but you don't have a problem with him continuing the love and the passion. As the problem was when he was at his prime, he didn't give 100%.
No, for me, he must sit down because when he was given the opportunity to play, he was always running away.
No, but I hear you. Let's say he did play during his prime, and then now.
He could do whatever that is.
Okay,
Konamanje is always wearing shorts.
Because I always have a problem.
And it upsets me when I see other players, maybe about hiding. All these players who played with him, his generation, they'll be in a function wearing suit.
No, but I've got a problem when people put an age limit on certain things. And they say, Guti, at your age, you shouldn't have earrings, as an example. Because your age mates aren't wearing. I have a problem with that because I'm like, no.
I would not have a problem if he played.
No, you articulated very well. No, as long as you gave 100% here and it's a continuation.
Yeah, and you know why?
No problem.
Because I cannot divorce politics from that. Because the youth, black youth, they saw themselves in Ronaldinho. Like as much as we saw ourselves, Kubo Muhammad Ali, Bo Big John Tate, you know, they gave us confidence. Because you must believe in ourselves. There's a black player. You know, but to play there. There's Whitney Houston. You know, that's why most people, I don't know, they don't understand why we love Brazil. Because we could identify in Brazil, it makes a difference when you see people like you. You go to the movie, you see a Django, it looks like you say, no, I mean, I can also do that.
I said in the rugby world, a lot of us black guys and colored guys support like the All Blacks. Yes. For example, because it comes from Jobushi Luguti at a time where the expression and seeing people that look like you playing, whereas in the South African space, let's say in the 90s, let's just talk about the professional areas, in the 90s where you are seeing still black players getting suppressed or by Ndezelo. So now you say, I will support a Brazilian soccer and I will support a New Zealand All Blacks on rugby. Because they're expressive and they have people that look similar to me.
I'll give you, there was a boxer heavyweight, a world champion at some point.
The white rhino.
They were complaining, Guti, whenever they are fighting Americans, blacks, they support the blacks, especially Bomasan City. Because of the apartheid of the day. I remember when Kute was fighting Greg Page. You'll hear maybe in the crowds, Slandi on Kere. And now to you buy another thing with him and Greg Page, Moody Day, about Big John Tate, Mike Weaver. So we're excited because they look like us. It became politics. About Amaisela, they represented us when they fought for Harold Fulbright and we feel good has been robbed. You know. So it's only now you know what, the color line has been breached.
How do you feel about racial? I think let me just give
I've transcended the race politics.
No, but you personally, because I always feel the problem with the race in this country is that it was something that was never dealt with. And it was something where it was just put bafagi plaster. Go to a rainbow nation, let's move on. How do you feel about those racial undertones? Because even when you speak about your goat, you added the racial thing.
Yeah, because of the history and also what Pele has achieved, the number of goals, the number of games, and the impact of Pele in the world.
But you didn't lead with that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
But how do I feel now? No, yes, I like Abu Zinedine Zidane. He's not black. He's Algerian.
No, I'm just talking about the racial challenges that we still face today.
No, there'll always be. I mean, look at England. When England plays, even the commentators, Taylor, even when Beckham touch the ball. Whoa, what a touch by David Beckham! Like, and I'm watching, but I mean, lento lebengenze lokshini le, yabo. And I bet about someone else they will be there. Umbetu, uni yambona yadlala, yabo. But you know, the way they celebrate them, English, you know, yeah. And I love England, my corner World Cup, because those are teams that we wanted to see them being beaten. Yeah. But in the world, there'll always be, you know, the race, because Europeans, the one they ask, you know. Nathi masabotaki, you know, sifuna umuntu wethu nakuboxing.
We booked France last World Cup with how many black players they had in that team?
Yes. in Argentina. I wanted France to win.
It's so crazy
Because of
because
what
you think
No, for other reasons. I didn't want Messi to win the World Cup. Because the World Cup, you can win about Ballon d'Or, about whatever, there's Copa, there was ever. But once you win the World Cup, it puts you at a certain league.
Prestige.
And I knew Gucci will never hear the quote,
Prestige.
the quote of that. And for me, it's a disrespect. I'll always push for pay. Like for an example, Gordon Niggasin, Nabo Clive Parker, Bambuza, who's your best 11? They will pick their best 11, put David Beckham, and they'll leave Upele out. It's like leaving Mike Tyson with top 20 or top 5 and say, Mike Tyson is not there. That's a disrespect, and that's intentional. And at some point, I remember Bambuza about no fit in that best 11, where is Pele there? But no, maybe it's on Bega touchline. That's a disrespect. And you put David Beckham before Pele. You put, no, come on.
Beckham is highly overrated.
Why do you say that?
No, I shy free kick, but as a footballer, it was mostly hype.
Were you obsessed with soccer to make that
No.
statement?
I don't need to be obsessed. This is just my opinion.
No.
I'm just agreeing with Ike.
Yeah, but he's a brand.
Okay. Why, as you're saying no,
And it's been knighted
why didn't you interrogate to Ike's opinions? Why are you interrogating mine?
No, I agree with Penson. He was highly overrated.
Why did you not interrogate Ike? I'm just asking, why didn't you not interrogate Ike?
No, he stopped me. I was going to interrogate you. What I'm saying is, Mlotshwa, is that...
Oh, but
Wait.
I just said something and you interrogated me. You
No,
know,
you
to
give me a chance. Again, that's the nice thing about our relationship. Ike doesn't give me a chance.
He's the one who talks too much. You see, I've learned it a long time ago with Lamonga Tula. People buy Ike doesn't give others a chance. They've never said no names. You'll never talk. And then you bring the God himself. You know what the God does? The God asks you a question. He answers the question.
Sure.
Before you even answer, he interrogates. And then after he argues with that. And then as you're about to answer, he changes topic.
Thank you, Siabong.
That's the God.
She's goalpost.
Yeah, then we're gone.
Ike, sorry, you're speaking about guys that are overrated.
No, I'm saying I agree. I agree with you. More to David Beckham, but he's a brand because of David Beckham. There are some people told he's not that gifted, but they knew when they buy him at Juventus. Merchandise is selling. It's not like Umesi. Umesi, there was the first time when he was given a lace by Mr. America, but people didn't know him. But they knew David Beckham. There are certain people, David Beckham, he's a model, he's cute. That's one thing I'm going to complain about. People, but I'm a hater. South African players. I've seen them. No matter the location, but clinic, they don't carry themselves as professional. Have you seen the World Cup 2010 when these guys landed about Spain? They look like models. They've got branding, the shape, about Del Piero. You can see I can't be like this guy. That's why I'm a player where they admire them, they take them autographs. But as I say, you are born good time, it's a branding. I mean, look at
I've seen that, and I think that's something that a lot of us struggle with.
Look at
that brand, because it's almost like we are Cindezela, but you are larger than this. So as you're saying, how the guy's dressed, the groom, the way we are born to low. There's something about this guy.
Look at Lucas Khatebe. Look at Lucas Khatebe's branding.
It's clean though.
Look at the CR7. You look at him go Manchester because he's as a teenage boy. But look at him now. You can put an expensive perfume next to him and say Chanel, Rocco, whatever. And it suits.
Poco Rabanne.
Yeah, Zonales. You can put and the people they hated really to raise the same argument. Banyana could not get sponsors. And she said the Banyana they are trapped in between two worlds because the sponsors don't know are they women or men, and they're competing for sponsorships. Why give that? I cannot maybe a Kiwi product shoes. Rather than giving it to Pocha Madise, I'll give it to Lucas Khatebe because it's a man product. I cannot, and they cannot get female products. They cannot be seen doing hair, Revlon, doing nails because they look like men. There are women who look like men. They are lesbian. So they have themselves to blame. That's how we learned. They must be girly. When you see about
Sisi.
Yabona abo
Think
Argentina,
tool.
abo Brazil.
Think tool.
When you're watching soccer kudlala abo Brazil, except abo Nigeria and abo Zimbabwe, you can see ukuthi they look like me. They're like, but more bukela abo Argentina, abo Korea, you can tell ukuthi esalo slow mfana, hey, angishaya. Ayilo slow muhle mfethu.
Uthi Nigeria nelento they look like you.
No, most African players, female players, soccer
Female.
players, female players who playing soccer in Africa, they are lesbians or they look like men. They take more.
Have you seen
they
the
are
banana?
masculine.
Have you seen the banana players now?
Now, have they changed?
What are
Okay, that will be a development because at least they can also attract female products. You know, unlike about England, about Sweden.
No, I'll say this. I just want to add this. I half agree with Ike. But I will say the Banyana players don't need to brand as women, in my opinion. But I think they do need to work on their branding. Just so that they are brand friendly and someone wants to put a product next to them. Sure. Whether they want to be tomboys or androgynous or they want to be feminine, they don't have to be someone they're not. But they need to go out of their way. Maybe feature on shows, associate with certain people, go on podcasts, just become a somebody. Like get a personality trait, have a trademark, something. So that people are like, hey, nangu utumenge. Because there's Ma. Uba lo sis lo repayo lo umchita. Penson, you know her. Overseas lady that raps.
Young MA.
Young MA.
Yeah,
I think
young
young Ma,
Ma.
whatever. I'm just saying, brand yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be feminine. So if you like a mohawk and uthanda uku-acta njengomchita, just make sure that it's authentic and it's brandable. And then the brands will come.
Yeah, but unfortunately in South Africa, we are still caught up in that world. The marketers, they either market to men, female, colored, white. Like for an example, in the modeling industry, even in the advertising campaigns, most colored guys did not feature because of the demographics. I remember back in the days, even in modeling, ladies, you had to be dark. More light skin. Check all the models who were light skin in South Africa.
Yeah, back in the day.
They never worked.
Yeah.
When you're light skinned, it didn't work. Unless maybe if you're colored, you might, Indian, Lapona, it was black or white, Ingamla. Unless get America, get Magnabo Masha 10. You must Masha 10. You must Masha 10. Masha 10, there was a model advertising Lux. Everybody knew Masha 10 in South Africa. She even came to South Africa after 87. I know she's older than me. Yeah, it was Lux, my score, but umdlali mapanyapanya. Umdlali mapanyapanya. Abo Nadia Sanford, nabo Robin Koike. No, Robin Givens, because charge. Robin Givens was married to Mike Tyson. Yeah, so it was those demographics. That they had to balance with, it's either you're black or white. Sure. And yeah, you would.
All I'm saying is, assuming there are people that support Banyana, assuming Klampe Banyana watches this podcast, I think they heard your advice, which is really great advice. My advice is, they don't necessarily have to be feminine to get the brands. They must just work on being brands.
Yes.
If it means they need to be feminine, cool. If they need to be masculine so that they can compete, but just become brandable. Because right now, a lot of them, and it's not just a Banyana issue, it's a sports issue, it's a celebrity issue. A lot of people just don't know how to brand themselves. And maybe there's an opportunity there for everyone.
There's Springboks, you can brand them properly. Compared to Bafana
No,
Bafana.
I disagree.
So just
how many brands have you seen Bafana compared to the Springboks?
I'll answer you after.
So I think Ike is hitting it on the head when he says, from a marketing point, the brands are still very much traditionalist and their risk appetite is little to none.
Sure.
So for a L'Oreal, you need to be a feminine female. It's for them to have that risk appetite because they're like, who are our clientele? So we can put a what
you didn't get an OD, but the male guy got an they cry.
So the question is, they just look at it from an ROI and they say, who's our audience? Yes. And would our consumers purchase this because of that person? So if you look at the average Banyana player, and we now need to attach a brand, whatever the brand is, let's say something Adidas. The Adidas now is going through a whole thing where they're looking for young, hip, these new rapper type of things. Oh, does the audience that watches the Banyana today wear Adidas? No, okay, minus. then they keep going down that thing of what's the next brand? What's the next brand? What's the next? And it's very hard to package that type of person. So when you say create your own brand, it's great if you have 50,000, 100,000 Instagram, because then you can. But as the average Banyana player, much like the average Springbok, you can't brand those guys.
This is what I'm trying to say.
You can't brand those guys.
So what Penson's saying, if Banyana started winning a lot of games and became famous, Ukasta, he mentions a very interesting example to Ukasta. Ukasta became an international brand.
Where you disagreed with.
Yes, I'm saying you're comparing Springbok Nebafana.
Thank you.
So the Springbok brand is huge. So then there's a filter down. But in the conversation we're having, you must remember he's speaking about the ladies and their femininity. He's not speaking about the team.
Yes.
So he's not speaking about the team, which the team should be branded as, so that the team gets. It's Springboks because the brand is big and it's because of Mapone. They throw anything at those guys and then it filters down. Not necessarily because, as Penson is saying, the individual guys themselves are great brands. They're not. To see as a great brand. The other guys, I can't think of someone else. They're all negotiating.
There's like 5 guys.
It's got a dope. It's got a Woolies thing now. Elizabeth or Ruban, it's got a Woolies thing.
It's a bit.
Yeah,
Sure.
But I'm saying, yes, those are just the 5 guys. There'll always be
Name
those.
5 from Bafana.
No, I'm just saying, traditionally we had all Lucas and what.
No, I'm saying
this,
now.
but yes, but Eben has been playing for the past 15 years.
Let me answer you again. The Springboks have won back-to-back World Cups.
Sharp.
They are international winners.
Yes.
If Ibafana were to do something
They're
similar,
not winning it.
No, but hear me.
Yeah.
If Ibafana were to do the same, they would also have brands throwing themselves at them. We're speaking individual versus the team.
Even Bafana
You're not hearing what we're saying.
You're missing us. I'm saying, the Springbok players right now that have like 4,000 followers on Instagram, because their brand is just not that.
Name a Bafana player that is that you can brand.
So
than
you're not listening.
Player.
You're not listening.
Mlotshwa.
But you're not listening.
Back.
You are smoking Wunga, man.
You're not listening.
You don't want soccer. You don't want soccer. You don't want soccer. You just expose that you don't watch soccer.
I don't watch soccer.
You just expose that you don't watch soccer. You just expose that you don't watch soccer.
That's fine.
I won't debate you. It's fine. You don't watch
when you watch Formula 1 on a Sunday.
How big it is.
We're not big.
No. Here's what I'm saying to you. Your example right now, just prove it is how we pay.
That's fine. That's perfect.
Yeah, then I see cost and like Mlotshwa, you can
but I'm talking about marketing.
Okay.
So imagine two.
Really? I want to entertain you.
Okay.
Mlotshwa, come in.
Really?
No, I wasn't even going that. I was literally thinking about Mlotshwa when I said what I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Hear me out. Because I was saying, right now what he's doing internationally is big enough for him to be trending in South Africa's X.
No, it's fine. You are wrong.
He's not. So he wasn't trending this week.
You are completely wrong.
He wasn't trending this week.
Trending for what?
For his game.
Pirates was trending this
No. Mlotshwa was not trending.
For what?
For him, I'm calling Korel Koril and they were saying he must come back to South Africa.
Pirates was trending.
No, Mlotshwa, him as a person.
Mlotshwa.
Anyway, I can guarantee
Yes, sir.
more people know Mlotshwa than the average Springbok player in this country. So when you're talking about a marketing and a branding thing as South African consumers, you need to factor that in. You have to factor that in. So as much as you can win back-to-back World Cups, there's those 5 Springbok players that are going to get all the deals. And then there's many. The average Springbok player, besides maybe you can drive a Toyota Hilux for the next 2 months for free, or you can do heavy biltong and go to Banbani's butchery. It's so hard to brand these guys.
No,
wait. You and I.
It's just one thing I want to say.
I want to hear what Mlotshwa then has to say. Okay, cool.
But we know Lodge has a bad reputation.
Why would you even bring Lodge? Like that, you cannot.
So,
How young mangas? Lodge is not even a debate.
In terms of branding. In terms of branding.
Okay. It's fine. How big it is?
I know marketing. And if I go to this guy's Instagram with him over 1 million followers,
Do you know his bad reputation?
That's fine.
I'm saying,
I know people's good reputation and they still can't get brands.
Let's hear what the other Mlotshwa
You must understand. I'm saying it's hard for the average soccer player, whether you play for Banyana, Bafana, or the average rugby player, to get brands. Because brands aren't looking at it from a point of bad boy, good boy, what they looking at it from a point of ROI. If I invest in this, will this mean a return in my business?
If you brought another example, maybe
we can bring whoever example. Lucas Radeb is going to make you happy because you seem like you've got a. Say this guy said something to you in your DMs. What Tintega?
You spar.
No, I'm saying
yeah.
You spar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see.
Mlotshwa, I see your examples.
They mustn't hit you too much on your face.
Let's see.
I'll tell you, must put my Man, I like boxing. I like the boxing.
Yeah.
But I realize any time I go to Basu Kobikala, son.
I will try. So,
What are you saying, Mlotshwa? Penson.
No, like most boxers, even UFC fighters, you want to Khabib, they are boxers. Look after their career, they must go for corrective surgery because you find that sometimes this part of the nose has been there. And like yours, you want to know
but it's also just sports because if you play, like for example, we're speaking about the feet of soccer players, rugby players, basketball, with their feet become. Yeah, one. So if you're a boxer,
he was not like this because of boxing.
Oh, he's got a skew face now.
No, he boxing. Like the nose is still up, but because you must make sure that you see Muhammad Ali, he always tried. Hey, plus he was also a head hand. Leonard Lewis. If you check Leonard Lewis, the nose.
Lennox.
Yeah, but Tabanya, they don't correct that. They've got the money, but it's just because as a souvenir. Because I've been through it.
But it's also like the qualifier is like I know most wrestlers, UFC fighters, MMA, rugby players. If you play in the scrum, their ears are like this, and you're like, it's part of it, bro.
Manje, I Coutinho must leave boxing.
No, he can box, but you must make sure like like Sunday see one minute shall see. Yabo mina noma siqabana si la iding. Noma yabo ngizothi ukuthi mfethu uThojo mfethu. Ngihlala ngiredi ukuthi yabo. Anangiredi yabo.
Isikopya kayi-one.
Sifahle ungadlaliwe ntatha yabo. And most boxers they are slow now. Abo Joe Fraser they died but slow because of the punches. Yeah. One guy who managed very well, even though I don't like him now, Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, he's very good defensive.
Pretty poor, yeah.
Yeah, he's still intact, Even Evander Holyfield, you can see even or hear the speech.
We saw Mike Tyson's walk out when he was fighting Jake Paul. The way he was, and you're like, yeah, and you're like, yo.
Nama punch. Phela uthola kuma punch ku sparring, useseyintwana. Na ku boxing. Yes.
A lot of the damage actually happens in the amateur time. Because by the time you get older, you realize how to look after your hands. So same with rugby.
So late nyana.
So make fuck up it. Iraq phela baqale bakujijela in the deep end. Phuka ama collarbone, madolo. By the time uso grand so understand ukuthi okay singahlamba usuna 26 usuyabona.
And you mentioned that fighter cannot take Paul. It irritated me.
That's why now Magati because that was so painful.
What?
Yeah, from a money point, look after his family.
But Mike Tyson can still pull it. But he was holding back.
No, he wasn't holding back.
He was. No. There was a part or maybe my instincts are saying. I mean, this guy is always shooting. My man, look at my video, look at my punch him sideways. My boxing, where are those tricks?
Yeah, because it's the back.
And that's we want
back versus a person. My man, a back doesn't hit you back.
It goes back to what I said earlier on. We go to Mike Tyson, what he represented, and for me as a young boy in Khalikasi, and I first saw this guy with a big neck, about my 84, 85, I didn't know who he was. And I heard good is the youngest heavyweight champion. Sure. It brought hope, it brought hope to us in the third world, good there is one of us, Mike Tyson, invincible. Even when he lost to Pastor Douglas, we were hurt. There are some teams, even sports stars, people cried because of the aspirations that they carry. So now to see Mike Tyson I mean, like that.
But it's also like,
But right now,
but he was fighting him when he was like 58 or something. Like
Doesn't
that.
matter the age. That's why then don't fight. You see, like
He shouldn't have fought.
You see, like Joe Louis, they brought him older to fight Rocky Marciano, and even now, the history will say Rocky Marciano undefeated. Even Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson fled. He went to Cuba, and they gave him amnesty. But come back. We won't charge you. We want you to fight this young man. He was older. He lost.
I always feel a type of way when I see my heroes going back and trying to think, because your mind will still tell you that you can, but your body,
it's a different story.
your body, it's like seeing. Okay, he's not old.
79-year-old Mike Tyson on a good day can beat Jack
No,
Paul.
he can't.
He
can't. His knees. I want Mike Tyson njengamanje. Uhlulwa nje into ebizwa
He can't lose the punch. Mina like no. Kunentwana engeke ngishaye nangebhola ngeke ngihlule noma sana 20 years from now.
But Jake Paul now. Jake Paul now is a fighter.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Incosi yakho maybe incane yashada maybe years to come.
Sure.
Are you telling me ukuthi le ntwana lezi ezikhula no izokushaya?
Izokugoqa.
Hayi dabonisa amasipha.
I was in varsity. A quick story. I'm in varsity. I think I'm in my second year. And Sise Pick and Pay. And there's a friend of mine who is a local. Who's a local, yeah? So he's a local and he went to a certain school in Grahamstown. So he sees Intwana Eko uniform, Pick and Pay, petty trolley, push it, ama snacks, nan. Don't go uniform. Go uniform, Romchita is second year. We born a hot man, whatever, born 20 years old. We are meza Intwana. Hey, Intwana, ye kwedini, don't kwedini. Uzoyithathela ama chips ayo yawavula yawadla. Yes, Intwana lost it, bro. Yeah. I feel mbamba and pinned him against the wall.
Yeah.
Intwana
incane, like grade 11 boy. And we watching, and we as long as he's scared, so first I relax. Mumchichela pants. Sathi ya ngube phapha. Intwana la ngaphandle. Intwana la ngaphandle. So I still play rugby at 36.
Yeah.
And I'll be playing rugby with the a ground at 22.
Uzobonisa amasimba.
Rugby is different. In fact, phela irugby yano lentwana sidla ama steroids.
Yeah, ice sport. Konintwana, so there's a Muay Thai gym in Randburg on Rabi, ne? Konintwana transgender what?
Yeah.
Yabona. Mude nje umlungu.
Ngeke ngishaya
Ncane ungaga.
Size matters.
He's so small. He's tall. He's about your height. It's grade 10, grade 11 boy.
Yeah.
Okwenzani? Ncane. Bayibiza ngo sir, are you okay?
Yeah.
Ngoba amacloud. Ula changa empama ngonyawo la. Othi ikuphila wa. Manje uyashaya ghost gauge. Intinye lesho. So mina I can
there's a way
the eye can think of ikasi.
It was like 65 kgs moyibuka. Nanyana 65 kgs good.
Uphuzi lingeka shawa Mike Tyson.
Mina into engishoyo mina bra Ike ukuthi if you wanted to test your ego, if you want to test your ego, just your ego.
Yeah.
I can give you 5 guys who are high school boys who look the size of Nje.
There's no high school boy who can beat me up.
That's fine.
In the entire country.
We'll put you guys.
Shut it down.
There's no high school boy who can beat me up.
There's no high school boy in the entire country.
Whether he plays rugby, he's on steroids, he's on Deca. I refuse. I refuse.
So sifake ring in nje and when is okay discipline? You never be disciplined.
The last time they were in a fight with my 20 years back.
You're not even.
His mind.
There are certain things.
There are 1994.
There are certain things that you don't
I understand where he's coming from.
There are certain things that you don't lose. Yeah, there are certain things that you don't lose. It's even better in a boxing match because I'll have an opportunity to spar. You see, one thing, I've got a high tolerance level for pain. Yeah. But sometimes, like now, I may doubt myself because sometimes if you don't box, if you don't fight regularly, sometimes you get a punch after a long time, your body goes into shock because you are not used to it. So,
but that's what we're saying.
But hey, Joe, most guys that are beaten up, they've never touched my face. Most fight, from say, bomb.
94.
No, not 94. And most of my fights recently, it was 1 against 5. I fought security guys go Helen Joseph. I fought some guys where I got injured. It was around 2016.
Nothing wrong, Ike. Nothing wrong.
It's like saying you used to run. I used to run 10 kilometers. And now you're not running anymore.
2023 was my last fight.
People don't understand your conditioning. It will change. If you are running marathons 5 years ago, and in the past 5 years you haven't run at all, and someone says, let's go for a 5K run, your mind is still very much strong because it's just 5 years ago I used to run marathons. But because you've done nothing for 5 years,
my last fight was
support, I mean.
His last fight was 2016.
That's fine.
But Ike is talking about a street fight where it's different. Some of you shang knock out
Even if you got Big Zulu in a fight.
Big Zulu is a musician. Big Zulu is not a fighter.
Even if you bring Casper in your verse, I'll beat him up. Sorry. You see now, you make me spill this.
Hey, look, Ike is a big boy, man.
You powerful.
He can be as big as
Last
what?
fight was 2016.
But you can't talk about musicians. Because Casper is a
But
rapper and
there's
a
certain
musician.
fights. There's a guy who can never beat you up, no matter the age, because even the size dynamics matters.
There's guys that are. Let's say how much do you weigh if you just say like from a weighting point? Yeah,
Right now I do weigh 110.
110.
But now because I've reduced. Like usually I weigh about 118. But now because I wanna go back to maybe.
So I'm saying ngizokutholela abantu aba under 80 kgs.
Angishaya ke mana 80
Angeke.
kgs.
And then uzoyiketcha. Uyazi into yokuqala nje ezokushaya yini? Ilung. Yazi lungs. Ujamshaya nje vele. Ulibe uyabuka. Ujamshaya vele.
Do you know George Foreman? Do you know how strong is George Foreman?
Yeah.
Bekakura no Evander Holyfield.
Yeah.
We Evander Holyfield bambuza ukuthi the hardest punch you've ever experienced. Ati George Foreman.
Yeah.
He knocked me like I thought I lost my teeth.
Yeah.
I went to my corner. I said, he took off my teeth.
Yeah.
This is no Amazin. But the guy is slow. And we are going to George Foreman Magazo
Who's a professional fighter
you know
who
why?
practices every day. Yeah.
We find out Holyfield, it's about timing.
Yeah.
He knows when Guti. In that slowness, he studies your rhythm, your body. Mosha counteract.
Because he practices every day.
Yeah, kunama punch anjani ushaya umuntu la azoyakhona.
Yeah, because he practices every day.
Because he knows good when you duck you're gonna go to the left.
He
hits
practices
that spot.
every day.
And also practice.
Hey. As
Give me 1 week.
I listen to I listen to some of my friends who used to be so amazing at rugby at a point. Ne?
Give me 1 week.
And they still can see the game.
Yes,
They can still see the game and analyze the game at top level.
Yeah.
Top level. They see it, they analyze it at top level. But the body from when the last time you kicked a rugby ball in 2012 is not the same. So like double hamstring.
2016.
So I've seen the same thing with lots of fighters as well.
Sure.
Yabona conditioning. Ayikho ebuhlungu then mawungaka jwayela ukushaywa. Umuntu ekushaya ngenqindi ongayinaka ngekushaya nje la. Uthi the softest part. Umzimvulo ushate uyamove nje akakushaya nje ugqoka igadi evele kushaya nje la ufreeze kancane emove bese like after 3 seconds bese
Yazini.
usuyabuya.
There are fights that you can't there are fights that you can't lose irrespective of your conditioning. It's the same as maybe in the road rage. One thing that
you talking about a street fight with your ego
even
and
a street fight. There are certain things like for an example. Anyway, you cannot fight a guy or beat up a guy when he's got his wife next to him and children. But sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But when you're with your wife, I must not lose that fight. If you lose, at least you must kube ne dent nyana yabo. It mustn't be just walk over nje yabo.
Azi bra ayikhona abantu uzothi usakhuluma naye ubeka isandla la ekushanga ukick la. Lo kick awubonanga ukuthi usuke kuphi kanjani ngobani unezandla kanse. Ngisho ungaba
utshwayelisa i-stick fight.
Khona
umuntu makaza kuwe. You looking at the person in total.
Khona calf kick la i-ACL yakho ithi qa. Khona manje nje bashaya. Khona manje
ubonisa ukuthi ubhlungu ukuthi
ngeke itole ukuthi so I got to Grahamstown and I remember I was training at Joza Lokshin in Grahamstown, and I remember there was a time I was a bit heavy and I was sparring with this chick Yasim Tanzan, and she was one of the top girls there, and I remember she was also tall and skinny, And I'm like, no, we're just sparring. And I remember there was a time where I got so frustrated. I think I'm shy, bro. Because we are but I can't get to her. Ichel. She just moved. We are bumper, bro. She like a locust. We are bumper. Yeah, and now I'm playing rugby, so I'm fit. I'm strong. I couldn't get to her, bro. My lungs shut down. She's just move. We are kitchen, man. The whole time we are kitchen, and I'm watching my ego. I'm so ashamed. I'm embarrassed. I'm like this man. But Amachita aren't even embarrassed about that because
that's what.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening because I never thought in my wildest dreams that there's a female in this planet that could make me feel. I'm losing.
You're not the only one.
That's what made you that Umar great in his 20s.
Shy boy.
Primary.
Shy again. No food.
Shall I check?
Hey. This guy be a street.
Primary. No, it's understandable. Don't worry. When you're a kid, Pela Angita will be fully developed now as a man. So say into an teens and women mostly they grow, faster and stronger than men. When you catch up later, when
post puberty,
yeah. But must say into an you're all equal and they beat you up. And when I get to suffer chopping, but about half.
And it for some reason the girls are way bigger.
Yeah, and I've got a time and you don't know what if you want to proud out to fire. Yabanjanga 7 that's also the same song. You must learn the technique which optimize so chap move.
Guys, if there's anyone who's
from somewhere.
Yeah.
Bagasin Shah.
Yeah.
Those guys that rap that.
These guys. Where you going now? Come to side boxing. That's the final one.
Guys practice for the whole age.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's a different.
No, never.
You ask, but it's a different discipline.
They're not boxing,
but
those guys.
What are you asking me? If I had to do their technique?
No.
When I'm fighting as a boxer.
My technique?
No, you can't. When I right now,
it doesn't matter.
You go with December,
no, they can't fight. They can't fight those guys.
Those guys that do this. No, where I will lose is in their discipline. If I don't
stick fight.
If you have to go into their world, I will lose. If I'm fighting a wrestler and you're like, let's wrestle, I will lose. If I'm fighting a guy who does jiu-jitsu.
From what you know about it now, would you win?
Those guys, the ones that I'm talking about, those guys that rap this thing.
They fight every December.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lose there.
Yes. Those guys.
I can't lose there.
No, I would 100% win.
This guy's
that's like you asking the average soccer player if they were to beat the average rugby player in a marathon. Because they are fitter and they run longer. So you've changed the discipline to suit me.
Okay.
Because when you're saying fighting, you're saying anything goes.
That's the final one.
Right? When you use the word fighting,
yes,
I can use my feet.
Yeah. Do you know I can
put you down.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And they just train that thing like this.
Do you know a boxer?
Even a boxer, you name a boxer.
Don't
fight. If you're saying fight, can I use all my limbs?
And if it's just boxing?
Like glove boxing.
Yeah.
I'm about to trap.
It's
a different sport. Those guys are doing something very different.
I see.
It's a huge if I had to jump into their world and the way that they do it, and because you're trying to, so you don't have a guard up. They don't fight guard up. So it's a matter of trying to look for an opportunity before. I'll lose because I can't look for opportunities the way they can. But if you're saying I can have my guard
let's just bambana somewhere in Central Africa. But let's just say also. Do you know Donta Wild?
Yeah.
He's a poor boxer.
Shit.
He telepunches. You can see him coming.
But if he touches you.
Yeah, once he touches you. But he punch a corner. Even he punch a corner, you can see it coming. Now he's about to unload. So I'm getting surprised. How does he catch these guys? Or maybe they're tired. Even let her back.
But he doesn't catch them anymore.
Good boxing, it's about like the misleading the opponent. The punch waiter, you don't see it. But even at some point he jumps. He jumps like this, like a Superman punch in boxing. Once you just take your feet off the canvas, you're vulnerable.
Guys, to whoever's watching this, and I'm a huge component in this, Guti, whether you're male, female, get into contact sports. Controlled so that you have a place, one, to release whatever tension you have, and two, so that you can actually be better at defending yourself. We're not saying go out there and be a bully, but just be better at defending yourself. I'll always give Casper a shout out for what he did with.
I must see you fight, Casper.
I'd love that. I'm ready today. So what he did with slick talk, because he was like, look, you're talking shit. Let's as men meet in this. I don't respect him in the sense where he picked on a person who's not trained, because I think that's unfair. I don't think it's fair.
But whether you're trained or not,
I hear you, and the fact that Slick Talk said I'll match you also speaks to him. But I don't like the fact that you've been running marathons. I'm not trained. That's race. It feels like there's a bullying tendency there, But with that being said, I always respect guys who are willing again to honor that and controlled. Not good. I'll send my goons. Yeah, like the old school hip hop. I'll send my goons to shut you up. Balwa, they happen, and they shake hands afterwards. Sure. So
respect.
No, there are certain rules of engagement. There are certain rules of engagement. Even in the street fight, you don't kick a man when he's down. It depends.
Street fight.
Street fight.
Now I'll be embarrassed to take out a gun if you are not taking out a gun. No, it depends. Like I'll be embarrassed.
And the thing about me is that don't get too close where I can hold you. Because if I hold you, I'm gonna drown you. I'm gonna drown you. I'm gonna take you into deep dark waters. So when you might be if you're close enough for me to grab you, and I'm pulling you, got your back. You uzovuka ungazi ukuthi ukuphi khona ubani kanjani.
Ile nto ekasi bathi uyayikhawathi.
No, it's a form of fighting.
Bathi ungikhawathile.
No, it's fine.
No, umuntu uyamshaya grand yabo.
Mina mangifika nje uqala nje. Into yokuqala nje uqhumisa idolo. Sabukana kanje. Idolo lakho uzovele liqhuma ungazi liqhunyiswe yini. Lathi idolo. I'm on you. I'm here. You sleep. So when uzovuka, your face will be perfect.
But no, if it's a fist fight, why would you take out a weapon?
I'm not taking out a weapon. I'm not taking out a weapon.
I can carry a gun.
Yeah.
And a silver crane.
Sure.
That's it. I wouldn't even take out the gun. It's fair. I walk away.
Mina ngeke ngikushaya ukuthi walk away. Mina ngizokushaya ukuthi uzovuka sekuqoqiwe seku later. Umuntu nje uyambamba uyamthe lale mbeke lapha suqedile ngaye siqhubeke thina siphuze
there's no morals and
yeah not as in street fights.
Hey you're a man, I'm a man.
Even in World War there were Geneva Conventions laws.
Street fights.
There are things that you don't do. There's a fun. I
disagree.
It's like you fuck somebody's wife and then the guy uyafika uyamshaya futhi ubuka what. That's how to mean if you can find me I'm fucking you. Yeah, let's say maybe you find me in your house, I'm fucking your wife.
Yeah.
If you beat me up, I'll pretend with even if I'm stronger than you.
I never.
I won't fight back.
I never. I must allow myself to get attacked.
No, I was some cheat.
I must allow myself to get attacked.
My man.
I saw a girl. My touching my nipple.
You knew.
Ukuthi uba
all of that.
Ngiyamazi umchita.
And now you're shy.
Umchita wami. Umchita wami.
You cannot.
No, a story. I've told you that story.
No.
Wacha fika umchita uthi ngavela ngathi kepha. Angimazi ngeke ngivume ukushaya indoda. I must accept ukuthi because
No.
When I didn't know he existed in my
life. You're wrong. You can't fuck somebody's wife and beat up that guy again.
Vume ukuthi ngishaya.
No, let me tell you how they scene.
Let me
tell you how they scene.
You acting as if they're teed up.
No, my man. I think there are two guys. There are two guys. When you must pretend you look at the sorry, bengas. And then he mustn't corner you to such an extent, Guti. You have to fight.
No, he's angry. He's not thinking about
he must allow you to run away. Yeah, you know, to shower time.
I mean, I know.
Imagine you're naked, you're beating up this guy, you're stronger than him.
That's not nice.
Yeah, give him.
As I'm creeping, I'm cutting. No,
you fucked my wife. You also beat me up.
I didn't beat you up.
You have no.
No. I wasn't.
You have no. You have no more.
You're shy. No.
Now look at that. How do you talk over that matter? Hey, the boyfriend they are king Shahid.
No, I'm only boyfriend.
Imagine the boyfriend. When I'm report.
Bro,
From
there's
African.
a point. There's a point.
There's
man.
a point that I agree with.
No,
Ike.
you have a report.
And I wanted to add the variable. I want to add the variable.
Afrikaners, they live like that. Do somebody. There's a guy who drives a Ford Cortina. And the more mameleda, more we never was of child good lister is. You see that when as a munna find this one, they as a boyfriend, he blacks my husband. And the battle together, the husband.
So
buys alcohol.
let's say I said something.
About
No, Zwan. Let's say when as we our relationship, and I disrespect your madam.
Sure.
Ne? Content issue that's out of hand. When ungidonsing impama, I'll take it.
Oh yeah, no,
I'll take impama. Ish hard debs. Fit. Yabona nami ngiphume ngishaya isikhiye ngivale. Because I realized ukuthi ngirong umuntu wakho content issue that was offside ngapapa. I'll take that mpamanyana. And you're right by saying ukuthi no debs are within reason. Fashaya impama sekwenja. That's it. Not good manje suyongilandela umbese okapha usuyangigwaza.
Mina nase Jimmy, there are guys who came to me. Yabo omunye thokothi nje I see the woman, she's looking at me, beautiful woman. Then I come to say hi. Then the husband comes from nowhere. Hey, it's my wife. Sorry, Tim.
Sure,
I'll take the insult.
Sure.
And then you must read. And then not in a
Now he comes and he says,
allow a guy to surrender. And there's a way that your boy in the shops, even when you are losing the fight, and maybe it's a stalemate, you realize that I cannot beat up with I don't go Penson. You're going to Duksha.
Yeah,
then it's the end.
Sure.
Now you understand with
It's within reason.
But it has to be within reason because you talking to
don't
this
chase
lady,
me now.
Retaliate.
because there's guys that go too far. Because again, hey, it's my wife. Hey, hardy, bro. Fuck you with your fucking Hey, bomb. Oh, bro. She don't want hard. But she bamba.
Now you mustn't push you too far. You must exercise your authority. This is my wife. Then you move away. Sorry. But because no so shy, you must push her too hard.
And the fact that I made that mistake, your wife. My intention was not to hurt you because I'm when.
Sure.
If I know you, then
sometimes you find that on the spot. You say, I'm sorry.
Oh, mina back in the day ukhona ibhara ngitshe ukuthi yangifonela hey man intombi yami ifuseke wena ngathi umsuna wakho intombi yakho sengiqamba manga intombi yami ke nami bazohlanya yabona because I'm like I don't know that dynamic kanti ngishaya hit and run that one time but manje ngoba sengibamba ifone I'm not going to believe every phone call so to say ngitshela wena now I must believe it
Sure.
nami angizomyeka now mhlawumbe uyayichancela I don't. So mina busy ngishaya ingane next thing ngifika ubhuti wakhe manje ufuna ukungishaya ufike i-cousin noma kufika whatever no ngeke mina ngishaya for free.
I mean, those things that you don't do. It's like the same as, I saw when you program a TV, drugs. They were showing Eldos. This boy is insulting the mother-in-law. Yeah, for me, it was like, it's uncalled for. You can't be as a boyfriend. Now you're fighting the parents. You're insulting them. Hey, fuck, it's my woman. No, I'm not used to that. And there's a certain years into you surrender. Even if the father tells you nonsense, take it. The mother says something.
I fully agree.
Take it in the chin and walk away.
I fully agree, but I think we also need to agree to a point.
To what point?
Reason.
What point?
Whatever the point is. Let's say, again, the dynamic between me and my mother-in-law, let's say she's shouting at me and what.
You take it.
And I take it. But it gets to a point where now the swearing is getting excessive.
Walk away.
And sometimes you can't walk away, bro.
Take it.
I'm saying
what are you going to do? Swear back?
To a point. So now, and your mother's also a what.
I take. Those are ways. Show control. Show restraint.
No, you see, this is a dynamic that I hate in our current society. I hate that people can be verbally abusive and verbally violent, but I can't choose my source of violence. And I know that the law agrees with them.
You want to bring confusion and chaos.
That's okay. I'm saying that violence to me is different to someone else. Like, for example, and we've had this conversation so many times. If I had to choose, and this is just a silly example, between my madam hitting me with the baseball bat or cheating on me,
Baseball bat.
I would choose the baseball bat.
Yes.
That is physical harm, and I can open a case against her. But if her cheating, that is psychological harm, but I can't open a case there.
You can walk away.
That's fine. I'm still hurt. I'm talking about my hurt. Because now I'm in Shanghai Place, but I can still
That's
walk
why
away.
Jola Sbangani go to seek exercise. I need
No,
to
no,
know
no,
to
but-
take a
yeah.
punch so
But-
that you
yes.
you're not rattled.
I'm saying my problem with society is there's certain things that are immoral that doesn't get punished, such as, let's say, cheating in a girlfriend-boyfriend stage. So, yeah, na mind share baseball bet, I can still run away. But I can run away and go open a case. Mind chitela la, I can walk away, but I can't do anything. I have to cry by myself.
Yeah, you must-
and I'm saying,
Cry,
Muti,
you'll get back.
Yes, I'm saying where I feel society is wrong is because you can attack me in your strength. You are a great
Uchitha
debater.
ngebody yakhe.
That's fine. Yes,
But
that's
the
okay.
feelings can be the same.
That's okay.
It's like being dumped.
That's
I've
okay.
had women that I love with all my heart.
But
They
that's
just
you.
tell me, "Abrat."
Okay.
I move away and I'll cry. But
Let's go back to the verbal abuse. I'm saying, Wuti, I don't like the fact, Wuti, you're good at debating. You great at debating. You're good at articulating yourself. Me and you, Sakaban, and you say, no, let's have a debate. Why must we have what you are strong at?
yeah.
Why don't we go for
It's
a
an
race?
advantage.
Let's go for a race from stop street to stop street. Why must it always be
find
at this
your
thing?
equalizer now beside for why must
equalizer
it be
would look shy.
to violence?
No, I'm saying with a lot of people in today's time, you see it on social media, they love being verbally abusive. And then they know, Guti, there's no other form.
Can I ask Oprah, what you're saying is important because I want to hear your opinion because it seems like you're different, Jan. Do you think that Anyit Imedi, their worst form of abuse is verbal?
Yes.
Umchita, worst form of abuse is physical. Do you think that there must be punishable equally?
Man, if I understand you correctly,
Yes, sir.
I don't think that violence it will justify. At some point in but part of growing up, you learn
Let's
to
say
control
at your age,
emotions.
Ike. Let's say at
At
your
my
age.
age, I don't think I can beat up a woman because she verbally abused me or I told her
No,
something.
I'm not
she
even
used
saying
it
about a
against
woman.
me.
I'm just talking about, I'm saying with Konama.
So you don't think they've got the same severity?
No, forget woman. Konama Chita, I'm all clever. Who will come to you and say, back to in Klamba Yamawako. Verbally, ne? And let's say they say something very sensitive about you that you know is sensitive. And I'm saying they've brought a form of violence into my world.
Violence.
Ne? Because I as the receiver am hurt.
Yeah.
Emotionally, psychologically. I'm hurt with what you just said. Ne? And
you're also an adult.
I'm an adult. Ne? So I'm hurt. Ne?
So man, too, I'll put this in
because I'm human. I'm not a machine. So I'm hurt.
Yes.
Words can hurt me. Yeah,
Yes.
but words can cause guys to commit suicide.
It's fine.
They can. No,
Yes.
it's not about fine. It's about that's the power of
So, but I
words.
don't think physical is more important.
I'm saying
Physical.
One of the things that I hate about today's law is the fact that
you can't justify physical
verbally-
against a woman. It's not equal.
No,
You
not
spoke-
to a woman. Forget
no.
a woman. Me and another guy. In
Okay.
today's time, how much they would like to talk shit so much.
No, with guys-
and then they'll say things like, "No, you must articulate yourself. Use
No,
your
I
words."
thought you were still
And
talking about
Forget the guy.
mother-in-law,
Forget the guy.
about
Forget the
women.
guy.
A woman.
No. Let's make it more extreme.
No,
Forget the
guys
guy.
don't talk that much because
I
in
know.
5 minutes, someone is ofinikas. We all know that.
Not all of us.
But Cherry M2 ufakile scala.
Yes.
Utokumeti ngwana haye, you did everything for also, ne?
Yes.
Awuchitela. And then when now you become physical. When on total dili two, dili equal.
Now I've been to situations where there's paternity fraud, babanye bang accuse about impregnated me. I've put women to school now. Go vet, babang. I've told the women I know I'm in tuition fee.
So
babang.
you told Roger you
And it
physical.
doesn't. And I don't say because I put you to school, I own you. You know, I was assisting,
but that's not
and
what he's
I
saying,
wouldn't.
like-
Man, if you walk away, you walked away. It's fine. I wouldn't say
No, that-
now I must retaliate
try.
violence.
No.
Okay, let's go, Mlotshwa.
Does Ike think there's anything equal to physical violence as a retaliation?
Thank you, sir.
Equal to. There are situations where I'm thinking of a situation where violence nomchita kunma ngamachita.
No, women. Let's
doesn't matter.
forget women.
When you
Forget
speak
machismo.
physical violence.
maybe the exception. There was once a story that I read. This woman, she was a nurse. She was dating this guy. Like uhlangane nomntana kube i-girlfriend yakho. And then your child, not hers. She infected this child nge syringe. I think it has HIV because she was trying to hurt the father. The father was cheating. To get back to the father, infect umntwana. And then the daughter says, hey, daddy, auntie so-and-so, she put something on me only to find that she was infecting the child. Maybe on those circumstances, because there, you cease to be a woman, you cease to be a person, I now equate you to a devil. The devil has no gender. Now I see a devil, I no longer see a trans or whatever. Maybe my justification, maybe in a spur of the moment, I will, probably, maybe those, because now see the daughter, you infected my child with HIV as a stepmother because you want to get to me. Therefore, maybe it will justify it for me now.
Oh, so that one.
Because first of all, for me, like the colonialist, for them to colonize you, they have to dehumanize you. You're a barbarian. Now, in my mind, I will lower you to the status of an animal. You're a beast now. I no longer see a woman.
So you believe in it based on the
extreme.
So the question I asked is, can he equate anything to physical violence? And he's saying if a person infects another person,
it's an exception. I made an exception there.
Yeah.
So maybe I'd also add, if a chick is sick and she intentionally infects you with HIV, maybe he'd put it in the same brackets as well. And I'd just like to know any other examples.
I've met a woman who had intentions to infect me, because the friends told me afterward, but no, this one man always wanted to infect you. But I blamed myself because I'm the one who took off the condom, because the first defense merely exercised with him. But she has those bad intentions. So then I walked away, and I'm at peace.
But you didn't get infected.
I didn't get infected.
But let's say you did.
If I did... I think at that time, what I was going to do, I was going to kill myself.
Sorry, I'm not asking for justification for physical violence. Something that is on the same level. And I wanted to ask if there's any verbal thing you think a person can say that equates.
I've been insulted with the worst.
Physical.
But I've been insulted at my worst. Sometimes you tell a woman, that's why I don't open up. I've told women things that I shouldn't tell them. They use them to insult them. There was a time I dated this lady. I was staying somewhere in a nice apartment. I always tell people, I've lived in many suburbs. And there's in a room. So this woman, she found me in that state. And I'm so ashamed. I don't want to deal with women, but she insists because she's my ex. She came and then, she's now elevated. And then she used that, when we were fighting, that, you've squandered your wealth, look at you now, you were legini. And I was so ashamed, but I insulted my back. So there are certain things that...
did it feel like physical violence to you, what she did?
Yeah, it felt like physical. But it
felt like Yorkshire.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to retaliate.
I'm not asking about retaliation.
Yeah, it felt so, at your worst.
It felt like physical violence.
Yeah, at your worst.
Here's the thing. I think all abuse is the same.
No.
So when you use the word abuse, that word abuse.
You cannot equate a crime.
Abuse. It's like saying abuse.
So we're feminine.
So when you're feminist, right?
No,
so I'm using the word when I'm saying I'm abused.
So we're feminine.
So
but I still don't like the sound of women crying.
So that's fine. And again, I don't want to talk about male, female.
Yeah.
I just want to hold on to the word abuse. Or I want to hold
abuse
on to the word violence.
Crimes are not the same.
Crimes are not the same. Perfect. Right? So I'm saying with abuse to me as the receiver of being abused. Yeah, fine. Because there's times where you might abuse me psychologically, emotionally, verbally, physically. We made a comparison between your mom hitting you with a baseball bat versus her cheating. And you chose the physical harm.
Any day.
Regardless of what it might break your arm, you chose that form of abuse, physical abuse, versus the psychological abuse that comes with infidelity. Can you see the power of abuse? But in today's society, the person who may make shang a hockey stick, you open a case that's worse, apparently, in society. That's in Islamic countries. In Islamic countries, if she cheats, she gets stoned. It's non-negotiable. So you look at those countries and you're like, oh, okay, that seems where immorality is judged. Maybe it's a bit extreme, and I agree with the
Arabs are not good models.
That's fine. And hence I'm saying it's extreme, I disagree with the extremity. But I'm saying with the immorality of things.
A law of immorality.
The same way it's cool. if a person's swearing your mother, that was grounds to
Fight.
because what you are doing is wrong. And what you are doing needs to get punished.
And people agreed on that.
And it was just a general consensus.
Yeah, no, it was.
What you are doing requires punishment.
Yeah.
In today's time, 2025, all of a sudden you can do the exact same thing, but there's no punishment.
And there's only one form of punishment.
No, I don't know what that may be. I don't know what it may be. I don't think Utusisi who's getting back shots, me walking away and life continues and she can and I don't know if she's getting punished. The same way Guti, I don't think, and I'm gonna say the whole McG mini Dlamini thing. Guti, you can't be talking about a female's way and you're using her names and whatnot. We knew growing up that was wrong. So let's say we were going back into the 90s and you said that about my sister in front of me, or it got to my ears that you were saying that about my sister. What would have happened back then? You knew what you were doing was wrong. So
it should be a guy to guy fighting.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Guti, there was a punishment for things that we deemed were wrong. I'm not saying Guti, now let's get sued and what. No. I'm saying Guti,
no, I don't disagree. But I was saying where the power dynamics is in women and a man. You know, and she said something. I'll just walk away.
I hear
and
you.
there are women that have loved them so much. I wish that would beat me up.
But
let me give two more examples.
Can I just finish this? Because there's no punishment, and I want to remove women a little bit. Because there's no punishment for verbal abuse, I feel like now it's just ramping up where people talking shit. Whereas if there was some sort of punishment, and I'm not saying it must be physical, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, Wuti, whether you are a man, whether you're a woman, I don't think back in the 90s, our brothers or our mothers were talking shit to Amachita. Whereas now, Amachita and Osisbe just talk shit.
It's rampant.
Why? Because in my little mind, is because 30 years ago, you talking shit, male or female, there was punishment. Today, you can talk shit. Now you.
Is there something in the law that can assist?
I don't know. You, the legal expert, and I'm not even talking about defamation, where people go defamation, or they talking about
or restraining order, or
a K word, or whatever. I'm just saying.
So that
in 1995, when I used to swear my mother, there's a form of punishment. In 2025, you swear my mother, I must walk away.
Ike, would you equate paternity fraud, especially over a long period, let's say 10 years, raising a child that's not yours, knowingly, and also destruction of property, a car, maybe she burns your house, would you equate that to physical violence? I'm not asking if it's a justification for physical violence. Would you equate it to physical violence?
Those ones are easy because you can always call the police. You can always open a case. If you burn my place,
No, I'm asking, would you equate it to physical violence?
No, I wouldn't come up with physical violence.
It's weaker.
Me thinking now, I'm not in that situation, with a sober mind. I don't think I will. Even if somebody come up with a paternity fraud, I will take it, as a man. It is painful. It has happened, and I leave it to God.
It's weaker than being beaten up.
It's weaker. I'm trying to understand the question. What is weaker than being beaten up?
I'm asking, so let's take a woman out, because I see the woman thing messes up your rational processing. Umchita comes and destroys your property, burns your house and smashes your car to pieces.
Yeah, chances
versus him punching you in the face. I'm asking, can you equate what he did at all to physical violence?
I can retaliate.
No, I'm not asking about retaliation.
Equate it to freedom, what his act.
I'm asking if physical violence...
That is physical violence.
It is. You can equate it.
Yeah, when he does that, burn my property and,
it can be the equivalent of Bukshaya.
Yeah, I can see it that way.
Could you say the same about a person lying about paternity fraud?
Paternity fraud, I think I can take that.
No, you can take it, and I'm not asking you to retaliate, but I'm just saying, so
I wouldn't equate it.
She can shoot you in the thigh, or she can make you raise a child that's not yours for 10 years. Which one do you think is worse?
I think I can take that. I can take a situation where somebody lied, even shooting me in the thigh. There's law, the law will deal with that. But if I found out I raise kids that are not mine, what can I do, my brother? But
No, I'm
what
not
can I-
asking you to retaliate. I'm asking about if you can equate. That's all. I'm not asking what are you going to
I
do.
don't equate that. And
You
I'll
think
take it
physical
to the-
violence is worse than paternity fraud?
Maybe I don't understand your question. Mot, I think physical violence.
So
because
I'm giving you scenarios because Penson is asking this question of people like fighting where they are strong
yes,
and they don't want you to retaliate where you are strong.
yes.
And the law is biased, whether it's gender or the type of abuse that is
So
inflicted.
when you've got one strong,
I'm just asking you if you equate anything outside of physical violence
But-
to physical violence, because once you can agree to certain things which
I
you
can
have,
find. As a
someone
man,
else might be able to say, because I take phihlizi fastele moto yami as ungishaya,
therefore,
ngikushaya, because that's how I take it.
you know,
because I
there's a
equate
saying.
it to that.
There's an old Chinese saying, "Mabasho bati, until a mosquito lands on your testicle, you'll realize that violence is not always the solution." You know, there are many ways to fight. You see, like these people that you mentioned, like the Arabs, the Jewish, how they've controlled women over the years. Like if you said, if women, they've got a leverage, they're bad people. They've used the law, as you say. They've used the religion. They've used economical sanctions. And then there's also, they use the violence at some point.
But that's a Western,
that's an
a Western
extreme
perspective.
That's an extreme.
Be honest.
Yeah, but to control
That's a
women.
Western perspective, yes,
Yes.
or no? Because in Africa it was the same.
In Africa,
If you're going to assume that they are wrong and you're right, that's a Western perspective.
I'm saying,
If you're going to say that the Arabs and the Muslims are using their laws
no. I'm saying
to keep women from leverage,
even in Africa,
Please
there were,
agree that it's
even
a
in
Western
Africa, there were
perspective.
consequences, because if a woman misbehaved, there was always like, a sanction. There's also being expelled from the tribe. There's also being like economically deprived. There's also shaming. They've always, throughout history, man has used something as a leverage to keep women in check, because man has
men
realized
also
that
use that
because
for
if you
men.
don't keep women in check, you're gone, Baba.
But I don't want to focus on the
I
woman
don't
thing.
believe
I want to remove the woman element, because I think that really does muddy the waters in your views on this
No,
topic.
Magamachita, I don't have a problem, Mama, because it's man to man.
No, you can't talk about the law and what the law is, because in the law, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, we are equal in the eyes of the law. So again, a woman hitting me and a guy hitting me in the eyes of the law
Is the same.
Is the same.
No, it's not the same, man. Come on, you must take in context. Like a woman hitting, it's the same as there was a radio station owner. You go to the police station, you assaulted your wife. You said, no, we were fighting. She also assaulted me.
that law's not right.
But you are strong as a man.
No.
the law doesn't. The law doesn't say.
We are strong as a man.
No, but the law doesn't work like
You are a
that.
legal mind, so I just want to just get clarity.
Let me
are
tell you,
saying
as a-
on physical,
the law will-
forget what the word of the street is. I'm saying legally.
Me
if
as
I
a
get
judge.
assaulted,
As a judge.
What does the
No.
law say? Forget the charge. What does
I
the
get
law
I'll
say?
tell
assaulted.
you.
I get assaulted. Forget the context.
How?
Let's say the context is exactly the same on both these genders.
Yes,
A female assaults me and a male assaults me.
Exact same.
yes. It's not the same.
Tell us.
Let him answer.
yeah.
Let him answer.
Tell us, right?
Let me tell you this. If I was a judge,
Aye.
no, I'm telling you, if as a judge, you come and you say, you assaulted this woman
What does the law
because
say?
she hit you first.
He's
then-
answering. He's answering.
No, in terms of the law, it will be assault, of course.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
My
He's-
man,
he's saying two different
but
things,
My
Mlotshwa.
man,
Let
my
him
man.
answer.
But I need more. You don't apply it to literal interpretation and outcome. You should follow that. You look into my circumstances. I will look at the power dynamics. Who's weak? The same. Let me give an example. You see, like the divorce laws now. There is a regime where somebody marries out of community of property. And they also put that, what do you call it, ANC contract. Ukuthi Penson is a billionaire. This woman, this woman is poor, and then you make her sign a contract, like about black coffee. You make her sign a contract, but you get nothing, you walk away. The sanctity of the contract is sacrosanct. You take it as that. You go to no fine, divorce. These people, but divorce her, and this woman agreed to that. But as a judge, that's why now this ANC contract, they're almost worth nothing. Because the judge will look at the power dynamics at the time. But when you were a billionaire, this woman was at a disadvantage. And she was more like under duress. Yes, the laws of contract, what do they say? She signed. And therefore, can she walk away? In spite of what the laws of contract say, she stayed with you for 10 years.
You bring
now,
context.
Right now, it's running away
yes.
from one thing.
No, when you charge, you bring context. Now must she go to the street with kids? No, there's no charge going to say that. Good, the contract says out of community of property, excluding of accrual, this woman stayed with you for 10 years, raised your kids, and therefore she's entitled to nothing. She must go because when I a billionaire, you're Elon Musk. There is no charge. Then they'll give a context. Give at least 5%.
Here's the context. So I'm at Pick and Pay, and I'm going to go buy tomatoes. So sell tomatoes. So say there's a couple, husband and a wife. And they want tomato sauce, but I snatch it before they take it.
Yes.
And they get angry, and then we have a verbal argument. Now, I leave outside in the parking lot. The wife comes through and punches me in the nose.
Yes.
Now, does the law see it differently? Whether it's the wife that punches me in the nose, breaks my nose and I bleed, or the husband punches me in the nose and I punch and I leave? No,
they will charge her with assault. But
so,
when
does the law see it the same?
Can I say this? When you pass judgment, there are theories of judgment. I remember when I was still doing criminal law. You don't apply. You put a context. You look at the circumstances of the person. Even aboma provocation, they'll put justification. You look at reformatory. You look at rehabilitative. You look at retributive theory, where it's based on the laws of Moses, an eye for an eye. The punishment must fit the crime. You don't apply one theory.
Are those things written down?
Yes, they're written down in criminal law. It's part of our common law. That if you do a crime, I'm also looking at your age. Okay. I'm looking at the community interest of justice.
Let's say the wife punches me and the husband punches me, and they punch me. The one eye black, other eye black. So bang punch with the same intensity.
You want to equate?
I want to ask. No,
you're trying hard to equate.
Because I'm trying to move gender because it feels like you've got.
It depends. The circumstances. No. I'm saying like as a judge.
I'm giving you the context.
No, as a judge, we look at even the harm. There was an.
I'm saying the harm is the same. I'm trying to create a scenario where everything is consistent, bar the genders, and I'm asking as a legal mind, Guti, if the whole context is exactly the same, what the harm, what the background stories, what the factors.
No situation is exactly the same because you also go to the intention.
Sure.
You also
the
go
intention
to
was tomato sauce on both sides. And I get punched.
You might find this one came after the fact. That will also come because this
they
one started.
Together, they were pushing it together. They were holding.
They don't hit you at the same time together.
They hit me at the same time. 1, 2, 3, boom.
No, it's the same thing as you shooting a man who's running away. You are no longer in self-defense. You are now the perpetrator.
Does the law look at the female different to the male?
I look at the power of the female. I look at the circumstances. I look at the emotional. Just identify now. Let me give you an example. Let me bring
is wrong.
So let me bring you context. Let me bring you. No, the judge must look, as I say, the reformatory, the deterrent.
Should the context?
Can I answer?
Be as close to the same as possible.
Can I say this? Like I said earlier on, the judge will look at when he punishes you, the theories, deterrent, reformatory, and also those things, rehabilitative, retributive, and look at the circumstances or the community. I'll give a case of rape. There was this situation where a woman comes after 30 years. He said, but this guy raped me. A common man in the street will say, after 30 years, you're accusing this perpetrator of rape. No, he did not rape you. Yeah. But the judge went further. He looked at the circumstances of the victim. Why would a person not call rape? The circumstances, the culture of shame. Sure. And he said, eventually, one will never understand what goes through the rape survivors, and the psychological impact. Some people can stay for years, and then after 30 years, and they wake up and say, you know what? Actually, I was abused here. Can we dismiss them? So we look at all those factors. You don't look at one factor. Even if in the case of a tomato sauce, you even check the tomato sauce itself. Is it a death, life and death? The situations, who hits you first? The husband coming in one context.
Technically, you're right, Ike. But
I'm saying, should the scenarios be as close as possible? Will the judgment differ based on
gender?
I'm fully agreeing that with the context, it's different. For example, the wife punching me first, or the husband punching me first, or someone coming later. The story, the history. I fully understand.
There's no context. There is no way that in South Africa, where there's gender-based violence, any judgment, when it takes decision, it can include the issue of gender. They will always take
the law.
I'm telling you.
I'm not talking about the individual.
The law.
I'm not talking about the human
being. The law, you breathe in. The law is written, but you also breathe into the law. And the judge is a human being.
So you are saying... just so I understand, you are saying, Gucci,
Sure, what's written down, Crenshaw.
the law,
No, there's a context.
as close to everything being the same, as close as we can, the law doesn't see male and female the same. As close to context being
The law will recognize the power dynamics and even
I hear you. I hear
the
you.
amount of provocations.
I hear you.
Who get provoked easily?
Perfect.
They will look into the
background,
psychological part of
yeah,
it.
I'm saying as close as the context is the same.
If a pregnant woman hits you and a man, obviously the pregnant woman will be viewed differently compared to the man.
That's difference of context. I'm saying, Gucci, as close. The man is 80 kgs, the woman
Ike
is
is saying
80
as
kgs.
How many
the
cases
man is
which
two-
look on paper look the same, but the
hear
sentence
you.
is not the same?
I just want to ask the question around, Gucci. Based on what you're saying, the gender
It's a major factor.
is a factor. I don't want to use major. The gender is a factor in determining law and outcome.
The judge will look into
Context. Gotcha.
will look into context. Gender is also one part, not the only one part.
No, I didn't say only.
Yeah, but-
I was just saying.
You know, like it's the same as, let's say, somebody who's selling drugs, maybe in Eldos, compared to somebody selling drugs in Albertine. Maybe they're both found with 5 kgs.
But
The law
different
sometimes can also look into environment. Because here in this society, in Eldos,
environment.
we've got drug-related crimes, and then probably punish you harder than somebody selling it in Albertine, where the drug use is less.
I'm just saying in
same
Eldos,
amount.
I'm just saying Eldos, identical twins from the same background, want to buy an iPhone 17 and they're selling drugs. And the intention is the same, and as close as to the context is being the same, in the same area, selling in the same corner, selling in the same drug at the same quantity. Does the law factor in male versus female? Even if they're doing the same crime for the same intention.
The law
in the
will
same
always
space.
factor those, include that female gender in a totality of factors. They'll include that. They sometimes they'll even look at the opportunities available, to
a
you,
male versus a female.
employment, motivation. Because now, when I figure out I was hungry, I was this. They will look into that. Good, this
both
one is
want-
excluded economically. This one
we
is
both
advantageous.
Students, we're identical twins. We're both students studying the same degree, getting the same marks, living in the same house, eating the same food.
Factors in the society might not be the same for
The
both of
factors
you.
might be different, but we both
Yes.
want an iPhone 17 and as close.
But the motivation a crime might
So I'm saying
no situation will be exactly the same.
Even with
Me and Tebza might have different opportunities outside employment.
Two
Yeah.
exact guys, even if it was two exact guys, two twins that
And
are
you
guys.
know when you talk, just to digress,
Yeah.
there was a case in Santin. A Zimbabwean guy raped a woman, I think a white woman, identical twin. It was a rare case, and I think the other one died. They arrested him, but he said that's not him. That's his brother, twin brother, who's late. And you know what? They went for the DNA. The DNA looked identical. I wonder how that case was resolved, because he said that's not him. That's my twin brother.
Who's late? Yeah.
Yeah, when they
Crime.
checked the sperm, the DNA identical. They could not distinguish the two of them. Yeah, you were saying I was just
I'm
digressing.
saying because I want to go back into gender as a variable.
Yes.
Because even if it's two guys, no Debs are selling in the same corner for the same intention, the law will look at the variables and the content of what we're trying to do. So even with two guys, the law is as granular as you're saying.
Sure.
They look for all the variables. I'm saying, Wuti, does gender as a line item?
Let me tell you, even if with guys, the situations are not the same. That's why.
What about green pride?
That's why I'm saying even in the mitigation of sentence, that's why they'll bring a pastor, they will bring a psychologist. Maybe ask you to know this one go
not
different.
hearing.
No, I'm saying with even with guys,
I'm
situations
saying-
are not the same.
But that's exactly what I said, though, bro. Ike. I'm
Yeah,
trying
John.
to find out. I'm trying to find out. Wuti, you all keep going back to a context of something, and I'm saying you are
They
right.
say they're the same.
I'm agreeing. I'm trying to find one line item. Wuti, does this change? Is the law not seeing it the same between male versus female? That's all it is.
Can I
But
ask you this
context
question?
is-
Can you, doing the same crime, you've got similar background, you both, parents have died.
No, Debs, yeah.
And even emotionally, your IQ is the same.
Yes.
Do you see a situation like that
No,
in the
we don't.
movies? The IQ is the same. Your irritability is the same. Your mood, even when they test to go into the psychology, you respond the same. You're just one person. How is that possible?
It's not possible with Mina no Debs. Therefore, even the sentencing might not be the same. And we're both guys.
Sure.
Mina, I'm saying, Guti, in that case, our gender is not a factor.
And
It
also,
is purely based on context.
don't forget also the age. Sometimes
Yes.
the older one is punished more.
Yes, we Debs are when 45.
When
Ayibona uthini?
Remember.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Ayibona.
When I go to Khumalo with
By de facto.
Umvasa from 45 to 59.
Okay.
Yeah. 62. So anyway, I was
Sambeni semakhaya manje.
just asking that factor, and I'm not getting the answer.
You're not gonna get it.
You won't get it.
I won't get it.
You never.
Well, Ike is wrong.
Yeah.
You think
But
so?
you want to keep going around in circles because it's almost.
maybe I
he's spinning
understand
it.
The reason
Or
why
maybe the
is
way
that-
we're asking the question is
It's not
emotion.
that.
We'll get the answer from
You
my
can
comments.
change all the
Comments.
It's not that. Ike is saying the most gentleman thing and the most chivalrous thing where we need to protect women.
Yes, that we agree.
And we all agree.
Yes.
Every person in this room
Yes.
says
Yeah, we agree on
it's
that.
not okay to physically harm a female.
Yeah.
It's not okay to verbally harm a female, emotionally, psychologically.
Yeah.
We're all agreeing on that. I was trying to bring the law element, and I was trying to say, Guti, to me as a Penson, abuse is abuse.
And there's no general justification. That's what I'm
there's
trying
no
to say.
justification for any form of abuse. And I was just saying, for men as a Penson,
But the law is fine with.
the law is perfectly fine with verbal abuse.
Yeah, it's fine with emotional abuse.
And the thing is, it goes back because Ulungan likes asking, Guti, why are men killing themselves? And I feel, yes, there's pressure. Yes, there's 1,000 other reasons. And I think one of the fact that a lot of guys are in relationships where they are psychologically abused. And the thing about getting psychologically abused with the manipulation and how it plays, it's not clear cut. It's easy for you to react. But
Hey.
you'll bleed after
100%,
a while.
sure.
If I keep doing this, after a while you'll bleed. And it goes news this door for
mfethu.
one.
Now I can equate them,
And
mfethu.
men end up breaking, and by the time they realize how deep they are in this in
You
the
can always
water.
bring there is a punishment for it, just that I would not articulate on all the forms.
Okay.
Even about criminal injury, when somebody says something, even, like now you even go to Naboma hate crime, you say certain things.
No, I get the
abusive.
hate crime, yeah.
The law will always step into that. And there's also,
But
some things
it's
may
not-
not be punishable criminally, but civil they might be punishable.
Yes, and I'm saying,
you've caused me harm, you defame me, you did this.
I know men tend to be physically violent, but I also know that females are also violent in their way. And I can tell you, Guti, all of us have experienced a lot of violence by the hands of females. Not physically, but psychologically, emotionally, verbally. We've experienced a shitload of abuse and violence. And we now have to be these bigger people and bigger, as if now men are more superior mentally than females. I think that's not what the
You
society
are
telling
the
us.
bigger person.
Yes, society is not telling us that we are
Why?
more superior. Society is not teaching us that we are
Because we are
better than.
logical.
Society is not saying
You
that
don't
men
think
are-
with your feelings. That's why we never
right.
plunged. We've never plunged the world into.
You still think like
into-
that?
Who plunged the world into chaos by eating the fruit in the garden? We're dying now. We should be living wire, like Master KG says. So women can live. Women can leave a house.
Yeah.
20 years of marriage because there's another guy, with a small T who's satisfying her. Whether you want, you can meet Beyonce, but you'll always go back to your woman. When they act with feelings and then they come back later. And they realize that that guy also has a face. So that's why I normally say,
What do you do? What do you do when a lot of these women,
they leave when they become independent.
They become independent.
Yeah, they
Because I
leave.
know you've experienced.
You guys are traumatized, man.
Yes.
No.
I am. You guys are traumatized. Is not.
That's your favorite
He's
word.
also traumatized.
Right.
Come Mlotshwa.
People go out into the world because the world is full of nothing but opportunities.
Yeah, women are horrible people. When they have power.
So they leave pride because in the world.
No, it's really.
What do you do when they come back?
When they come back,
Yeah.
men are the only time you can come back if you haven't been fucked by another man. And the women, they come back for these two reasons.
What?
They,
Money.
they cannot get better, or they don't want to increase the body count because the X doesn't count as a new body count if they're still buying time. They come back to you to have sex, and while they're still looking, if they're not building, or they cannot find better. Because, I mean, if she go find a new man, it's body count. They're worried about that. So when a woman comes back to me, I know, you know what, I'll ask, have you dated another person? Then it doesn't work that way. Or else she doesn't want to increase the body count. So the X doesn't count. They come for that. But for me now, you rather lie to me and say, you know what, I was on my own. It's like when you divorce, a woman goes sit home, not with another man. When you come back, I'll always question, no, what happened? You know, because women, they make love or they have sex with someone that they feel. So it means now she also felt that guy. And then if she says, no, I didn't feel him, it was once off, it says, now you're having sex with people that you don't have anything now. You know, and it will never end because I'll always imagine that guy. No.
Guys, there's a tip I just dropped and we've spoke about it many times.
Yeah.
Nenkinga nomkhaba wami. Utebza ngabe uyafocus lapho mfethu. Unaka ukuthi ngibrush umkhaba wami.
Bona khuluma la.
Brush umkhaba wami mfethu ngikhululekile.
Bona wenza SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's like
brush umkhaba wami.
Wakhuluma down into umkhaba no.
Remember women, they monkey branch. In the main, when women leave you, they leave you for something else. And think that they think that it's better. They realize it's just in a smoke screen, they want to come back. And then when they come back, sometimes now the body count has increased. And most of them now, in the modern day, they leave you for 6 months, 4 months, they collect 4 more bodies, 1, 2, 3, 4. They come back. And then there's a guy now, he's like, come on. I mean, if you don't cheat, you can come back, then you can come back. You know, and not to waste time.
But it's not cheating because you guys are not together.
No. I mean, because I always think, now you leave me, you went somewhere, now you collect bodies. No, it doesn't work.
For the females that are watching this, here's a tip. I just brought it up. We've brought it up many times. In order to not increase your body count, go back to where
you were before.
Where you were before. If you got a body count of 10, at least 3 guys are still willing to give you that dick. Go
From
back.
the 10 le.
Yeah.
I'm going to body count.
Your ex doesn't count as a new body count.
Yeah, it's not a new body. Because it's still a 10. But now you want to be single. You want to be single. You don't want to date them, because you're still looking for your husband, right? However, 3 years while you're still looking for your husband, go back to that pool of 10.
So you don't increase your body count.
So that husband yakho mayifika uzofika so-11.
Yeah.
Because when you go back into the big bad world.
And if you come back to me after we separated, don't tell me what you dated another guy. Yeah, I will never get over that.
True.
Because I know that you felt something for that guy, especially if you slept with that guy. You must keep quiet.
She must keep
if
quiet.
you tell me, I'll never see you the same way. I mean, there are certain situations, people don't blame, but I'm telling the truth. That's what guys do. You know, as much as I say, even if before I arrive, there's another lady in fact. She was beautiful until I saw the man in her life.
I fully. You see what you're talking about? I 1,000. Because for me, the way I view it is your judgment is
out there. So much you allow this guy to fuck it. This one.
So go shooting. I'm at the same level as this guy.
No, but you're also liking her.
Uba.
Where in herself?
No, then I don't want to like her.
After you know.
Yeah. Because you are poor in judgment.
Yeah, you've got poor judgment.
You've got
just
poor
because
judgment.
you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
You might not tell me. I'll find out. I'm an overthinker.
Futhi
Just
mina
naturally.
nomutshela
So for me, I don't want women to lie to
So
me.
when she chooses you, doesn't that say I've changed my poor judgment?
No,
From the woman's
you changed it.
perspective.
Uvuka ngami.
No, forget it.
Khethile.
I'm more mature
Made
now.
a mistake.
Yes, I'm more mature.
Uvuka ngami.
No,
Akavuki.
no.
Do you
We
approve her that she's better.
Yes,
Then the
do you
prostitute, the next
prostitute
thing
udayisa umdidi enuggets mase ufuna ukuthi ish
I'm more mature now.
You're not speaking
And
about
Oliver,
prostitution.
yazifana nani?
Guys, you are
Yazifana nani?
Oh,
Once you start singing,
You guys
once
don't
you
speak
start
about
dancing,
prostitution.
you
You
guys
speak
are
about
wrong.
a specific guy.
Yes, okay, whatever the guy is. Ish, realize it.
Ike's favorite, uSkomota.
I see it.
You're also improving your life.
Beyond.
Yeah.
I
It doesn't mean that your judgment you made last year was wrong.
I scaffold. I go from grade 1 to grade 2 to grade 3 to grade 4. Ne?
That's not
So,
trauma. Chitafeta Shama Nightcrawler.
mina noma
I'm talking about
saka
a relationship. If you had said whatever the dynamics, if you can justify it. If for me.
No much you don't flop even in a relationship.
If for me.
Yes.
If for me.
So you date her and then
Yeah.
you find out she was with another guy. That also means now flopping.
You also got poor
So the
judgment.
next chick
no,
was also not dating.
no, it's not the same a guy and a man.
So
it's not the same. Tina,
okay,
don't
sharp.
invest feelings.
So, okay, sharp.
Yeah, some are
The
romantic.
other girl, the quality
We are not
doesn't
equal
tell me,
here in the
I just
relationship.
need to scaffold, get back to her. I'm saying, Guti, for me,
Says a lot
your
about your judgment
judgment
as well.
perfect.
Yeah.
Ne? I'm
Now
saying for me,
jumpang umuntu is charged.
No, Tina siyakhona ukusound
no,
you.
mina ngikujola zokushaya ngidlule boy. Mina ngikujola. Bangibona ukuthi no weak.
Yazi mina ifana nani?
Because here's the thing. Yabona your weak judgment, ne, is going to, if we get married and we have kids or whatever,
Yazi mina
your
ifana nani?
weak, poor mentality is going to go to my kids.
Mina ngeke yazi ifana
That's a
nani?
lie, man.
Let's say
No,
I pass.
Eish.
Because you can die. We can all die. Touch wood, we don't. Ne? Suhambile. Uthale isleep.
What if she's improved? I get from you.
So isleep
Improve kanjani?
So isleep system. It default mode yakhe ubudom.
You guys are just saying that.
And the people
You guys are saying people don't
people have a
I made
petty.
poor judgments last year.
I'm saying
I'm a
man.
better human being
No,
this year.
So
people have a petty.
I'm not tagging you.
Yena mina kwala noma sekaqala manje uculela amaculo ama Nigerian. Naloku athi ayenza amajoke ama Nigerian. Ngiyabona ukuthi hayi ngiyabheshuka.
Uthi usizwe film siyaphela.
Yeah, no. Yeah, once you start dancing, ngashabo kwasa.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are not right in it. I need to.
It's fine. It's okay.
No chance.
No,
I'm saying people do improve in life.
yeah, for
Yeah,
me,
maka improve somewhere, but
yeah.
that's why even at work.
But now umkhalela self.
Yeah,
My man.
shy.
Yazi,
If you're going to improve,
let me tell you something.
For me, to show the worth. Let's say
This topic is not that important.
Yabona the sacrifices that you need to prove to me. Should you jump over these extreme hoops that I've set for you?
That's how people, you know what they do.
I make you jump.
When they improve at
Valamba,
when they improve at work, they go submit CV somewhere because laba khumbula usahamba ngeteksi ugqoka ibhroke eli-1 bahamba bofuna umsebenzi somewhere laba ngakwazi khona bese uclaim i-value ke but la sikwazi khona siyakwazi ukuthi siyakwazi wena mos bofaka ibhroke eli-1 so uzositshela ukuthi you are holding this company like this.
Amachita ne trauma.
Mashita na trauma. Lona shemlili.
Varan Machita, drop some gems of wisdom so we can.
Drop when I drop.
Drop and jump.
Nah, I've got nothing.
No, you have something. Ngolo lahlele
You
bro.
want to come at the end.
Mlotshwa, please hit something, man. We always have to close with something strong.
Be deep.
Yakucela bro. Lahlela njam.
Huey Freeman.
Ngena boy.
You know, I had a lot of questions for you guys, but specifically for Ike. I wanted to ask, and I'm not asking him to answer.
Yeah.
This is my closing. So there are no questions. There are no questions. This is my closing. I wanted to ask his relationship with his mom, his grandmother, any sisters he has, and his daughters.
Okay.
And then do the same for the male aspect and how that's maybe shaped his life. And I think maybe for me, that's something that we all need to introspect on, number one. And then number two, in closing, because I'm not going to ask all the other questions or mention the other ones. We are so different. We are so different. The one way that I'm moving now is when I see someone online or in person and we disagree on something, I try to ask a few questions very quickly because in my head I assume the reason we're not agreeing is because you lack certain information. I throw a few. Once I see more come back, I just feel like, you know what, shoot us fine. It's okay. And then I just move. So people can criticize me, people can call me names. I want to know, do you actually know who I am? If you don't, then go no. If you also not even interested, should we not the same? We're very different. And one of the most dangerous things many of us are going to try to do, especially using online platforms, is trying to make ourselves the same. We are just not. Even with the exact same set of facts, we are not the same. And it's okay to be different. Go find your people.
Yeah. Mina, I was loved. Ngazalelwa emshadweni. Inside.
Are these your closing remarks?
In the house.
Are these your closing remarks?
You want me to close? Cishe ngathi ngizalwa umbhisho. Yeah, yabo. Loved. Siblings. Inside the house. Orlando East. I was born inside the house. Mina ngisilezi zathatha zayise.
The other point, because why Ike is not meant to be answering, is I wanted to ask why Ike is not married, why Penson is not married.
Why am I not married? Oh, you wanted to ask
why you are married.
You want me
and
to
then
answer?
I wanted to ask, what are your greatest fears? And what do you guys think that men's greatest fears are?
My greatest fear,
and I wanted to ask Ike, what advice he'd give to his 20-year-old self regarding
my greatest fear,
sex, regarding career, and regarding marriage and kids.
My greatest fear, Prom, is...
And then the last one was going to be, do you guys think that all men cheat?
My greatest fear.
And are old men who have one woman, who have only been with one woman, or who have children with only one woman, do you consider men like that amapari? Do you think there's something wrong with them? Those are my closing remarks, those hanging questions, but they're not meant to be answered. It's for people to think about
everything. And this is linked to the question you asked earlier. Would you be fine with you said what? Lesbian or even out that is multiple women? What is that the thing? Is that what you asked earlier? Ne?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Share man or...
Yeah, my greatest fear is that's my greatest fear. Outside of me. Yes! That thing would piss me off, man. That's my greatest fear.
I think all men cheat as long as they have options.
You guys are supposed to close. I wasn't asking questions.
Yeah, I think the guys that don't cheat just don't have options.
I think they go home, they have the ability to cheat.
You can only fight. If you're not cheating, good baddies aren't hitting you up. You can only fight.
No, you're not in those environments.
Okay, sure. Yeah, well, you could be Bill Gates.
No.
And Microsoft. Perfect. Yeah, when I think about baddies, okay, it's good, bro. I'm not fighting you. Why are you Hey, bro. Just because you are focused on your family and your business, I'm not talking to you. I'm saying baddies will find you. A baddie will find you. A baddie will come to your work and she'll have his kaftini. A baddie will come to you at gym. Sure. A baddie will find you at church. The church. A baddie. And for me to say, men, not all men cheat. The men that don't cheat are the ones that the baddies aren't hunting them down.
Yeah, I would close now, Mangland. In closing me, I want to say this. I will answer you one day, why am I not married? And most people will say, they equate marriage and men. A man is a choice. For a woman, most women, they judge me by female standards. But you're not married, it means you're a loser. No. Not from a guy. A guy is different from a woman. But I'll tell you one day, why am I not married now? But for me, as a machitan, life is tough, especially under Cyril Ramaphosa. Money in circulation is scarce. They don't know where to go. It's nothing as painful as a man to wake up, you've got qualifications, you're unemployed, you're not economically viable, you're stressed. So I'll talk to those guys, guys, I know it sounds like a cliche, if you've been raped, there's a student somewhere in one university, she committed suicide, which is like, sad story. So for those people that I'll pray for them, may they find healing, the outcasts, people in jail, in hospital, the outcasts, people who've been told good they'll amount to nothing, it depends, what's your next move? Yeah, Zokhuluma njengomfundisi bana ngithi sengivala wena ngishiya nentshebe ngiyakhulisa la next time izobe ifika la. Yabo sengivala ngithi emajiteni yabo
Bishop Khumalo.
Those who've been told good they'll never finish their degrees, they've stayed forever at university. All those people, you know, in hospitals and
Miss Maharaj me don't tell 99. Yes.
Yeah, in jail, you know, it's not over, as they say.
You will never walk across and get your water.
People who are losing their houses, you know, it's very tough in this economy. People are killing themselves, you know. People are losing jobs. They don't know what they're going to eat, and it's tough. People's cars have been repossessed, and it's shame to it, you know. For me, I'm a symbol of that, you know. That guy was ridiculed. I've had cars many times go back, cars in Kibili Pass. People will ask questions. It's very tough, you know. Even women will verbally assault you. Lo yabo ukhutlile BMW selukiswa kokasi, you know, all those things. So yeah, those are type of guys that I'll encourage. And so also find money. If you can find money, majority of our problems aqalwa inyuku yabo. So if you know nyuku, at least you're one step up. So that's where I can end. You know, there are people who are negative. You know, there are people who will say, so they're always negative. So there are people who will always, you know, say something. I mean, I'm loved wherever I go, but I know there are more, some people, they hate me. Even those who love me, they end up hating me because they're scared of my haters. They, you know. So I'm that guy. But me, I'm that guy. You know, you cannot hurt me with words. You know, once in a while, you know, but in most cases, I just look and I laugh at you because I know that I'll come back. I don't lose. You may win the first round, it'll be second round. You win the 11th round, it'll be 12th round. I'm like a series of reactions. I don't lose. No, nentwana encane mina la. High school
No, but it's been a dope chat, man. I don't know. What are the closing? The first chat, I think we spoke for an hour about this thing of condoms and women. That was long, man.
Take it as an awareness.
That was long.
So our job is marketing for Choice, Trust, Durex.
Hey, we hit for long, eh? That one.
Soul City. Tell us up.
City, Soul City. And this is a DJ Cleo production.
Use a condom.
Lamazo tutu.
Ma, tutu ligima.
What's that? Akaphinda la into tutula. Nani nama wakhe ngozi yomgodi.
Mashapa nama.
Yeah, this is a DJ Cleo production.
For me, use condoms because my issue with what it's crazy how when I was speaking, I'm like, man, you got my lamb lady. But the way he was speaking, I know guys were still doing it. Same age, yeah. I'm like, hey. So what I do like Kanisha Baga change. So if it's sponsor ni condom, my fit. Like, hey, my fit, I'll not choice, my fit. Lendo goti le shapa spoon, fit. Chance. That thing really has to change, you know. I don't have much to say via closing, but use a condom.
Yeah. Sorry?
People are complaining without you not having a mic.
No, but I had a mic.
I'm
just saying, segune prep, no. People use prep. So the thing I'm a condom, I think it's just.
You know the long-term effects of prep?
No. I'm not saying that people, but I'm saying the reality is that a lot of people now believe gune prep.
Okay.
We are born. So in the place of a condom, people believe I can just go and access prepping of a grand.
Yeah.
So I think then the education has to be deeper than just condomizer.
Okay.
What's in it for you beyond the condomizer?
Yes.
All right.
So I think maybe there can be that conversation for abantu generally.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Thank you. Mlotshwa.
My closing words.
Yes, sir.
So I thank you so much for putting through.
Yeah,
we truly appreciate every time that you're here. This is one of the most calmest you've been.
I didn't make noise, you see.
Ne? Because like normally like there's a panic with
today Risha.
Yeah,
I was bullied the last episode, but the last episode was bullied.
Ngipraise uGhost niyamfuna lo mntwana. Ngipraise uGhost ngithi muhle. Umubi. Bathi hayi
No,
Which episode was this
no,
one?
there's a person that you spoke about who's in the media space. And then
Osibulele da.
there's a person, no, not naming names.
The last episode.
No, right. So
Actually,
you spoke about this lady who's in the media space.
Wakhuluma
Ne?
ngayo.
And then I got phone calls.
I phone up.
No, I
don't remember.
So then I got so many phone calls. I was like,
Oribula yini?
I don't remember me
I'll
speaking.
tell you when I spine.
and like, oh no, never invite. I was like, fuck that. Why if you don't invite him, invite himself.
No,
So
I'll come after some time.
No.
So no.
Yes,
when I there's an open invitation anytime. So okay, maybe not anytime, but open invitation.
Did I speak about someone?
Yeah, bro.
It's alright.
But we truly appreciate just drinking from this well of wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah, I learned.
Why can I well of wisdom?
Well of wisdom.
Are you going to it? Ntwana metric you guys
I also just again want to just
Keep
say
God.
shout out.
Penalism.
Shout out
Well of
for
wisdom.
these bad boys here. We're really gonna try and see if we can plug you guys in the description. Shout out for the healthy living. We're gonna try and reduce. You guys see I didn't vape this episode. Like I call my shit all the time about my vaping. I didn't vape this episode. So give me fucking credits where credit is due. Yeah, but thank you so much for all the love and the support. Thank you to everybody that's here.
Ayoba.
Sabelo.
Tebza, Lungelo,
Sabza.
Sizwe, Bra-
Stella works. Thank you. Mudimujo.